Hello and welcome to episode 19 of the Terminus podcast
Ooh.
for the weeks of January, that's what month it is, 24th, 2015.
You didn't mess up here.
No, I didn't.
Good job.
That's because I changed it to be correct on the dock. Last week it wasn't, or last time it wasn't. I am your dispatcher, Ellis, otherwise known as Train Man. With me, my engineers are Wiebold, Replacement TJ, and Milky.
Woo, woo.
And our AFK special guest is Ogeles. He'll be back in good time.
Gosh darn it, Utah.
But before he comes
that.
back, you all need to remember that the train
Y'all
will
need to
terminate
remember
at this
at
station.
this station.
So welcome everybody to Hakata Station in downtown Tokyo. We're here today
1 point for
at Hakata
racism.
Station during rush hour of in Japan.
And now we've lost all our Japanese viewers. Thank you,
We haven't
Wiebold.
already.
Well, they couldn't understand us in the first place. So.
Oh, Hayakota!
They understood Wiebold,
Anime.
that he was racist. You know how some people will get shirts with like random Chinese or Japanese characters on them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works the other way around too. They'll have shirts with like random English words on them that they don't know what they mean, but they look cool. So they'll have shirts with like pancakes.
I have Tank Fist Wagon on it.
You should totally get a shirt that says in German that says Panzerfaustwagen.
Panzerfaustwagen. Ich bin das Panzerfaustwagen.
Nine.
Alright, we got the first train going by. This is the only these are the only real trains that I've seen all week, so I don't have anything for trackside tales. So I can move straight away to Wiebold.
California loves. So, just actually right after filming this last Terminus a couple of weeks ago, we went up to Winter Park, which a lot of you will know for the world famous Moffat Tunnel, which is 6.13 miles long, I think, or 6.37.
A while.
Something like that. But we went inner tubing up at Winter Park, and
Series of
this
tubes.
place that we went inner tubing at had a slope that paralleled the Union Pacific Main Line, and the Zephyr went by while we were up there, so I actually got to see the California Zephyr heading through Woodland Park.
Was it late?
And
Probably.
tried to chase it, but failed.
Chasing
Yes, it was very late. Also, they need to figure out what on earth they're doing with their horn. They
do.
you know they're supposed to blast the horn twice to signal departure. They signaled twice, waited about 30 seconds, signaled 3 times, waited another
That
10
means
seconds,
going in
signaled
reverse.
once, and then went forward.
Yay, reverse.
So they went forward, backward, and stopped, and then went forward.
Shut up, replacement
Okay.
TJ.
Or then just stayed stopped according to their whistle.
They should have just ran in reverse the whole way.
They just Amtrak, but they had 2 Genesis units on it, which I've never seen it have. I didn't know that they used 2 Genesis is on it.
I'm pretty sure they do
Those
that
have
with
made
most of-
Amtrak engines.
I'm pretty
Are they
They
sure
Genesis?
retired the metal machines. Unfortunately.
Yeah, they retired the metal machines. Although soon they'll have the new Sprinter diesel versions.
Oh god.
Man.
They'll have
No.
those thingies, the things that are like the Sprinters but for mainland service.
for everything that isn't the Northeast Corridor.
Yeah, for everything that isn't electrified, so the entire country except for that one little sect of
Except
the
for
East Coast.
the former New Haven, which I have a bunch of things to say about Penn Central and stuff this week, so we'll get
Just
down.
bring back the freaking metal machines.
Yeah. Well, and also the day after that, we went to Colorado Springs for breakfast with my aunt, and while we were down there, I saw a GURP switching gondolas and scrap gondolas by a scrapyard that is filled with PCC cars. I don't know why there's a scrapyard filled with PCC cars, considering neither Denver nor Colorado Springs had PCC cars. But
those poor things. I
it's-
love PCC cars.
I know that it's actually really depressing. Let me find a picture of the yard. There's tons of these things.
Can you buy them?
I assume so.
By
I
my
love PCC cars.
trolley.
They look so cool. That's just what gets me. Because they remind me of like the
By
By
my
buses.
trolley.
Oh, there's the other
Oh,
thing.
I've seen that
They call it a
TJ.
museum.
Oh, okay.
They call it a museum, but it's about as much as a
Take a train.
museum as Steamtown would be if Steamtown was filled with blowtorches. It's really not a museum.
So basically, Steamtown excluding the Roundhouse.
Yes, it's basically Steamtown excluding the Roundhouse. If it's a museum, it's depressing. If it's a scrapyard, then it's fitting.
But it's also depressing.
Yes, but also depressing because it's a scrapyard, but that's inherent. Here's the picture of just the average. They have probably 50 of those sitting there,
Hold on.
Dang.
and they don't have a single one that's in better condition than that.
So I'm disappointed.
So they have one that's sitting at the gate next to a baggage car that's actually pretty
baggage
nice
car.
looking. It's in pretty decent nick. It's painted like it was from the 70s, unfortunately, and then the rest of them are just all in terrible, terrible nick.
It's got an afro on it.
The 70s brought us Rah Rah Rasputin.
Yeah, but the 70s also brought us PCC cars painted in orange and avocado.
Oh, great.
And with afros on,
Yeah.
on them.
Not bueno.
The 70s also brought us Funky Town and Lip Sync.
And Conrail.
No, they brought us metal. No, the 70s brought
Wrong
us metal
70s.
machines.
But the 70s
but-
show was pretty great.
The 70s brought us Amturk.
Amturk.
And
Not sure
metal
if that's a good or a bad
machines.
thing.
Anyways,
And F45.
Yeah. Well, replacement TJ, do you have anything for rail fanning?
Ads.
No, I don't.
oh,
But reverse.
feel bad.
Okay.
Anyways,
I will.
Mookie.
I saw the most epic thing while I was going over the bridge today. So I get over on Union Pacific Power Track where they store power here, and I saw something that looked like a Chicago and Northwestern pass. I was like, oh my god, CMW.
Oh my
Bummer.
god.
Homer.
Because there's like 5 of those on the entire Union Pacific system. And
There's
one
more
of
than
them,
5.
Onion.
Mookie,
No,
you're using the shotgun approach though. Like you go to see everything, so you know you'll catch something like that.
Yeah,
Anyways,
Speak!
Ogeles, do you have anything for rail fanning?
Not really, except
What is this?
last time I forgot to cover that. I think it was the time
What
I
is
forgot to cover this. But I did come close to seeing Heritage Unit, actually.
What are they riding in?
See it, sadly. I came
What?
close.
Hashtag minecart.
They're like
Yeah.
riding a little maintenance of way trolley.
That's
It's
that's
the
amazing.
trolley.
I love it.
Wait, what am I looking at?
The trolley,
the camera?
obviously.
On the camera?
No, it's,
Oh, on
it's,
the-
it's
in the
it's
script,
just-
yeah. What are they riding in? That's like first class accommodations. You know, they're kind of hunched over, crouched down in a little maintenance of way push cart.
Mm.
Push cart.
No, Minecraft meets IRL.
People legitimately riding in minecarts.
Indiana Jones style.
Little train on the camera. The platypus.
Temple of Doom was the second worst Indiana Jones movie ever made.
It's the platypus on the camera.
That being said, it was still pretty good.
It was still pretty good. Although I'm torn which
Platypus
was
was
the
good.
best between Last Crusade and Raiders of the Lost Ark. I
Are we talking
personally
about
love
Indiana
Last
Jones?
Crusade
This is
more.
the Terminus.
This
I was
isn't
gonna go-
a show about that. It's a show about trains.
I was
It's
gonna
a
go
podcast about
Raiders,
trains.
but it's a long time since I've seen any of them.
Raiders was good, but my personal pick
Hey.
would be I like Crusaders more.
Except for the
Oh,
French.
just cool your jets, Jadar. Oh,
No, that's a point.
That's what?
oh.
He's a replacement TJ.
Why do I have 2?
The first one was for
Why
racism.
why did Milky get a
Oh.
point?
Oops.
I feel like I should be more point happy. I've been a little stringent on my handing out of points lately, so I
Yeah.
I'm going back to being more
Why?
point
Because
happy.
I've been winning.
Milky, no, not because you've been winning. You'd be winning anyways.
Ooh, shots fired.
Milky said the bridge, and that's
Get rid of that replacement, TJ.
That's what I
Bad.
Hey,
That's what I'm on about.
Jay, I mean replacement TJ.
You called me
Oh,
Gator, that's the point.
No, I almost said it. I didn't say it.
Don't
Give
say
him
your
a-
actual name. Don't reveal your true identity. I mean, no, TJ. That's fine. TJ.
replacement
Well-
Let's
TJ.
look at my termination.
Termination.
Replacement TJ. Oh my God!
What?
Wasn't this TBA's this termination down here?
Which one?
Careful, it's only 11'8".
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Can we just
Fixed. All right.
uh
Moving on. Also,
Moving
Jesus Christ. Replacement TJ, you wrote a lot of things.
what, for model railroading?
Yeah.
Yeah, maximum train shows are your friend. I'll talk about that
Yay.
later.
Shows all your
Yay,
friends
yay.
better what you need.
There's a paragraph.
Well, I fixed your formatting. Anyways,
Tur-
moving right along
I
to the
have all
next
that stuff to
phase
talk about.
of the podcast, we're going to move on to our local stops and things of that sort. Local and not so local. Local and express. The train won't terminate at this station. The first thing I have to say
It will
is...
go in reverse.
You stink.
The first thing I have to say is the main narrow gauge. I have two little bits of week this news this week.
Bits of weed? You have bits of weed?
Yeah, and they're $20.
every day.
I have two little bits of news. One of them is out of the main narrow gauge, and they went to the Amherst Model Railway Festival this weekend. Now, if you're listening to this podcast, it's probably already over. So,
Go to it now.
although to be fair,
find out more information on this lovely topic?
to be fair, I really don't think that if you were gonna go to it, you wouldn't have heard of it. And you know, if you were in the area where you could jump up and go to this thing, you would have heard of it. So the Amherst Model Railway Festival, it's in Springfield, Massachusetts. The main narrow gauge goes there yearly. They were there last year, but I, of course, get to report on them. But because we weren't running the podcast. But last year they brought a boxcar. So I assume they're going to do the same thing again this year because that was fantastic.
They brought a boxcar.
They brought a 2-foot gauge boxcar and just put it down in the middle of the convention hall floor.
Oh, great! Like you do.
Like you do. Well, listen, they're 2-foot gauge. They can get away with it. It's
That's
small
true.
enough.
They should have brought a 4 and 8.
It's like only the size of, I don't know, a car.
Volvo.
A sedan. Yeah, buy my
No, your
Volvo.
Volvo.
All vlog.
Of love. Of love.
Yeah, no, replacement TJ was with, or actual TJ, sorry. Actual TJ was with me for that. And, that was
What are you
really
talking
fun.
about? I am actual TJ.
No, you're replacement TJ.
Yeah, what are you talking about? No, he's not. He's actual TJ.
Reverse.
We have to keep it a secret. Yeah, so
Reverse.
tell us, replacement
Strasbourg.
TJ.
I thought he wasn't replacement TJ.
No, he's no, of course not. Of course not. He's not.
God damn it, you guys. Also at the Amherst Model Railway Festival, there is a 3713 booth, and that is, of course, the Constitution America's locomotive, Boston, Maine, Pacific, that is getting restored at Steamtown, and they want to have done, looks like they'll have done by 2017 with a question mark. They said they said the final push is on, although I'm not sure the final push is something that lasts 2 years.
Thank you.
Either
Final
way,
push.
to get the
Push!
fundraising, they are, of course, they've got a booth at
Let's just
Amherst.
take our problems
They completely redid
and
their
push
website.
them somewhere else.
They completely redid their website, and it looks amazing compared to what it was, so go check it out. And they're doing a raffle, and the top prize is a brass, not Lionel, but brass O-gauge model of the engine, which looks fantastic.
And
Anyways,
there's also
I'll definitely
there's
have to
also-
pay a visit to Steamtown once that engine is complete. And I'll
Yes, you will.
on it in person.
And speaking of paying visits,
Bad segue. He needs to be kicked.
To segue to another one of his events.
I only have 2. I did both of them.
Well, never mind then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know what you were on about. Who's paying visits to what?
What?
I did
July.
Oh, okay. Sorry. See, I wasn't gonna get that one because that's down here. That is not local
Where?
stops. That should be.
Where's down here?
That's down in the live Steam section because it has to do with that.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I just wanted to segue.
Excellent segue. Moving right
Thank
along.
you.
Why
Thank you.
Good point for
Replacement
that.
TJ.
Thank you.
No, he doesn't get a point for that because I didn't pick up on it.
Oh,
Replacement TJ has nothing anyways. So.
Yeah, no
okay.
more events listed, no more events listed, no more events
He's real,
listed.
TJ.
Cass has shays. Strasbourg runs in reverse.
You're doing
Great
a very
report.
good job.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
way to go, Wheat Basement.
Fantastical. No, he is just TJ. Why would you say that?
Actual TJ
Oh yeah, TJ. Yeah, we both.
in
And
Sutton, Rhode
Yeah,
Island.
yeah.
Born
I
and raised.
reverse, you reverse, he me reverse.
Yeah.
Reversing.
You're arguing with the
Reversology.
thumbnail on this one. Anyways,
6
Milky,
Ebb and
pick up the
Scrutiny
torch.
welding stuff.
welding.
Wait, 611, like the engine is welding itself
Yes,
together?
obviously.
Yeah, obviously 6 Ebb and has hands is welding
Yeah, of
stuff
course.
together. Yeah.
It's like that birds meme.
It's like
Have you ever seen that? The birds with arms.
No.
It's brilliant.
Okay.
it's like Give Me Steam but with hands.
Oh god, no.
That sounds amazing.
Team
hilarious.
Steam? Question mark.
And Oregon will hit.
Yeah, Billy's.
What?
I steam, you steam, he, she, me steam.
Yeah.
It's first grade.
And you give it.
Yeah.
So Oregon
Watching something from Universal.
Not me.
God damn it.
We're gonna get copyright flagged.
Moving on.
Julius, this is why no one likes.
R.I.P. headphone users.
That's a point.
That is a point.
There's multiple points.
No, I was trying to help you from getting copyright.
There's this thing called turning off your TV.
Oh, crap.
Oh, look, you're screwing up the top.
Made me cry.
He deserved every one of those.
Anyways,
Guys
moving
fail.
right along.
Ow.
Okay. Union Pacific Steam Program got Scott Che.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Da 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 da.
So they got a new guy that's joining the Steam program as their director. Hopefully,
Oh,
Ed Dick things.
Is this guy the Steam Nazi?
No, he's hoping they're gonna fire the Steam Nazi. Shut up,
That's another
Chewbacca.
point. Is that a copyright claim? Because that was so spot on.
Let's
That
hope
was
not.
so insanely good. We're gonna be sued. We're being sued by Disney, actually, because they care.
Because we care.
And 819 still
You
has.
care about Utah's air.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
No one likes Utah. And did you just call?
What?
What?
Did you call me by my
No,
other
we didn't.
identity?
I didn't say that.
Nobody said that.
Other identity. Goof. You silly Billy.
You
Silly goose.
ball.
Don't be silly, Billy.
I'm trying to figure out.
Don't
a
ever
area
mention that again.
somewhat along the coast.
I know that episode's terrible.
So Ellis, what have they done?
Oh, does Ogeles have anything from his nearby that he'd like to talk about?
I do actually.
God.
There has been no news on the 618 project. Well, not project. Boiler, quote unquote, boiler change, end quote.
Boiler change?
Not boiler inspection. It entered boiler inspection in 2012, and it was supposed to be done early 2014. Never got done.
Wait, what's
What
this
engine
for?
is this?
Number 618
Oh, okay.
consolidation.
618. Oh, yeah.
Never It was supposed to be done January 2014, never got done. Otherwise, no new news from anything else, and pretty much it.
Okay.
Well, with that,
Well, it's
taken
better than
care of.
nothing, and we can move
Okie dokie.
along to the RPO car. It's like we're walking through a train.
Yeah.
That's what this is
Moving
supposed to be
along.
like. Moving from car to car.
This is the experience.
Yeah.
This is audience. This is what you've paid for.
They haven't
This
paid
truly is the full experience right here.
Have you ever
Isn't it glorious?
You know what else is glorious?
walking around on
Solar freaking roadways.
Got the point.
That was a little bit off kilter, but okay.
Automatic points right there, Jader.
No. Solar
You get
roadways
points for
are glorious.
somebody.
Bad points.
Boom. Boom.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
You got a point for non sequitur solar freaking roadways.
Oh, okay.
And where did I get a point?
For being
For
a
being-
sneak.
No,
For being
no,
a
for-
tattletale, Ogeles.
no, you used the
No, for
wrong name.
blowing out
Ogeles.
people's eardrums.
You
Oh,
have
no.
two.
You blew up people's eardrums and then you used the wrong name just now.
You fail at life.
Yeah, you do.
Jeez,
Great job.
Jader.
Wait, there was a point in my life when I
There
had
it goes again. Give him another point.
What? What did I do?
You used the wrong
No.
name again.
Dang it!
You suck.
I've been avoiding
Hey, I'm
his
not
name
losing.
because I don't want to screw it up.
Why can't I
Yeah,
find the video?
TJ.
We'll just go to refer to TJ as.
As TJ. He's TJ.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
either TJ
It's
or
just
a
TJ Ogeles. Why
I
would
am
you suggest
TJ.
something so heinous?
Yeah, exactly.
Reverse.
Nothing's weird. Nothing weird is going on.
Strasbourg.
But you know what? You know what is weird?
In a box.
Dartboards.
Don't know. No.
Look at what you've done, you bastards. Dartboard signals.
Well, that was a little bit.
So
Okay.
the PRR.
The PRR.
The PRR were some of the first people
PRR.
to abandon semaphores. And this is they did that by, instead of using colored lights or different lights with different colors on them to show different aspects, like had been used occasionally on semaphores, they decided to go with signals that would show the position of what a semaphore would be. So then you end up. This was one of their first concepts. It was called the spider.
God. The
And it's,
spider. The spider.
It's a nightmare.
Yes.
It's what it looks like, really.
The spider.
They went from the spiders to signals that were called the tombstones, which had the same concept, which probably was something along the lines of, if you don't figure out how to read it in time, you're going to end up underneath the tombstone.
Oh, that's a lovely thought.
You will be sent to the pit of death.
But yeah,
You will
no.
be sent to the passenger
Frankly,
train
in
of
a
death.
time where you had lights that couldn't change colors, they were kind of innovative. But now these signals are left over and they're impossible to read. And the ones that are left over, of course, aren't the tombstones or the spiders of the dartboards. And those are round with, a line down and a line across and a line diagonal. And here's a picture
They're
of the
confusing as balls to
unveiling
read.
of the dartboards. And CSX...
The unveiling of the dartboards.
yeah, more or less.
We have this new
About
spectacular idea.
60 years ago.
This new spectacular idea, which is a round thing with lights on it. Lights that are all the same color, mind you. So you need to remember those patterns. And that's the whole thing. Rule 283.
Rule 55.
No, Rule 283, medium clear. Looks like a line across, the two flashing ones at either end, and a vertical line down. Or,
Oh my god, I
Oh,
couldn't
Rule
do
55.
no. I can't see that. Signal aspects of the Pennsylvania Railroad. From Rule Book dated October 28, 1956. Take
that. This
side-
is why searchlight signals are your friend.
Yeah. Some of the thing that astounds me is
No.
the fact that some of these are still around. Because, like, holy cow.
The searchlight signals thing,
They're
Uh,
just absolutely ridiculous.
this whole signal discussion will come around later in V-Skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Loki, why are you watching yourself?
That's
Never mind.
What? I'm totally not watching my videos.
So Strasbourg, of course, they have everything. They have a restored dartboard signal. There's a picture of it right there. And
Play dartboard.
but they don't have the right lenses in the lamps. Because the Pensi had very special lenses for these signals because they had to be different.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
Yeah, they were the quote-unquote standard railroad of the world.
They were.
That's why nothing they ever did is replicatable in any way, or is replicable in any way, shape, or form.
Hey,
Well, let's see. They had the crazy signals,
they had
crazy locomotives.
yeah.
Not many railroads built their own locomotives,
Which carries over
in
very
such
nicely.
quantities.
The PRR they called themselves the standard railway of the world, and of course all of the standardization was internal. They used things that no other railroad in the US used, or really in the world, like dartboard signals, which were called officially position light signals.
Oh,
Actually,
dude,
Which, you know, as
No, wait.
opposed to
The C&O used. They weren't exactly like the dartboards, but they were pretty dang close.
yeah, well, you know, it's one of those things where if you stick by
or not
someone,
the C&O, the B&O.
If you stick by them close enough, you start picking stuff up. So eventually the dartboards spread.
Oh, great.
But, things like, I mean, some of the things were quite ingenious. Like their locomotives had hundreds of parts that could be swapped between the locomotives of different classes. So
That's
you
not
know,
their
genius.
idea.
yeah. What?
That was not their idea.
I'm sure it wasn't their idea, but they were one of the only people to do
That's
it.
genius.
That was the shtick. That was the shtick with the Great Western, and that's why nobody likes the Great Western.
Why
I like the Great Western.
Why does nobody like
The actual, like the British Great Western. That's the reason that nobody likes to see their heritage engines in operation, because they all look the same.
Well,
They say they all look the same because they use the same parts, like down to the boiler. They have like 3 types of boilers for all of their engines.
Quack, quack, quack.
Quack, quack, quack.
If there's
Here's a
any,
good picture.
if there's anything about the Pensi engines, it's that they all look different. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fair.
they managed to get them.
different. Yeah, I'm different.
They managed to get them all
Epic
different
too.
looking and weird looking.
They managed to be different and standard at the same
Yeah,
time.
exactly. Well, they just had the same
Crazy.
parts. They just put them together differently. Like and some of them, you know, were things that were pretty much unheard of in the U.S. Like the giant, what are they called? Beltier, something French.
Yep.
Fireboxes.
Yeah. Mhm.
That were the big square ones, the like high shoulder.
Yeah, the Belper fireboxes.
Yeah. On the K4s.
No
and stuff.
one used them except Pensy. And
Well,
I live in Pensy country. I should know.
To be honest, they must have been doing something right because those K4s persevered. And they
Yeah.
also used the domino signals, and those were like square versions of the.
It's like an
Wait, are they
interlocking tower.
like
The
the
signal
little
that just knocks over a domino, and it goes down the row all the way to the signal to click a little switch.
Yes.
It's known as the most. It's the tedious.
Actually,
it's
no.
called
What happens
the,
is you throw the domino, and it knocks over the water bucket, which makes the ball roll down the stairs, which kicks the.
It's called the Goldberg signal.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a decent
But there
picture.
are still some of these signals left, and that's kind of ridiculous.
Unfortunate.
And the
There's
standard
kind of a decent
the standardization, yeah, and there are only a few of them left, really, and the fact that they have to, you know, the fact that they have to have a whole page of rules for just these signals is ridiculous. Frankly, I mean, I think they should take the PRR approach and go, okay, these ridiculous things are standard. And then use
These
them
ridiculous things are standard. Use them everywhere.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Everybody, make it so. If you're not in, you're out. And if you're not using these, you're out.
And if they're
Put
not,
up the picture
what
of the
I think you mean
B&O
is-
signals.
is if you're not in, you're out. And
Yeah,
if
with,
you're not,
I'm with TJ.
if you're not in, you're out. And if you're not using these, you aren't in.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
put up the picture I linked of the B&O signals.
But yeah, so
They're
they
not
were,
dartboards, but they're close.
yeah, they are
No.
pretty close.
They-
Hold on.
They're a
Yeah.
lot less confusing.
Actually, these are pretty much dartboards, but they have colored lights, and they don't have the middle.
I just don't know what the light on the top means.
Yep, that's why you need a whole page of rules for them.
Yeah.
I think the light on the
That's
top
in
means whether
chapter
they're going
5,
straight or they're
section 6
turning,
of the
if I'm
handbook.
not mistaken.
Third
It
edition.
might. I don't know.
Yeah.
Chapter 5, section 6 of the third edition of the textbook.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel
And,
like the light up top is like a for a diverging
Yeah,
route.
diverging route or straight, more than likely. But
That-
we've got
that was probably
these.
Yeah, that makes sense.
These were all very unusual concepts. The the fireboxes, the duplexes, all the odd things that the Pensy put together, and some of them
The
worked.
6446.
Yeah, some of them worked and some of them didn't. And I figure the way
Most of them didn't.
the way that they selected these ideas, more than likely, is they
What the heck is
got
this thing?
all of the ideas from everyone in the company, and they brought them into one room, and they put them up on a dartboard, and then they shot it with a shotgun. And then if any one of those ideas managed to survive, that's the one they wouldn't do.
That's God's grace that it
Yeah.
doesn't.
Oh, there's another link. This signal looks cool.
Wave.
Oh.
With the 2 rows of...
It looks like
It's
it looks
awesome.
like it's trying to grab you or something.
Yeah.
Like it's reaching
It
out
does.
for a big
It's like,
forearm
I
touch.
want a hug.
Yeah, exactly.
Just wanted a hug.
But
All I want is a hug.
one of these things I wanted to bring up was the one of the
Okay.
engines that I would look at and go, no way that thing made any sense. And that is the Q2.
Oh dear.
The Q2 is awesome.
But I didn't know it was actually useful in the least.
to
And then you find out that the hold on, where is that page that I was just looking at?
They should have ran the Q2s in reverse.
We three.
Is that what they have a doghouse?
Yeah, you could have totally ran them in reverse.
The Q2s had 8,000 horsepower at about 55 miles an hour, which is 500 more than the 2666 at 40 miles an hour.
That's pretty close to gas turbine.
Yeah. Of course, the Q2s weren't very practical because they took a lot of maintenance and things like that, but
I read somewhere
They-
that they were. I read somewhere that the K2s or not K2 Q2s were a little more, or only, the J1s were better because one set of cylinders to
Yeah,
maintain.
they were
Q2 had
they were
two.
much
The Q2 had 4.
They were much easier to maintain, the J1s than the Q2s, but the Q2s could pull so much, and that was just ridiculous.
Well, they get style points for having for that.
For having over 100,000 pounds of tractive effort.
Mm-hmm.
9,000!
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous and amazing.
Well, they need to pull. They need to pull a boatload of coal
Yeah,
or a trainload of coal.
trainload of coal. Holy cow! Anyways, that's that. So the PRR had some good ideas, had some bad ideas, and some of these things they persevere.
Most of them were bad,
They persevere.
and they ran in reverse.
No,
Wait,
they
that's
didn't.
Strasbourg.
That's Strasbourg.
Now the other thing, that I didn't actually write in the doc that I was talking about to Kevon last night was Penn Central. Now we all know Penn Central was the road.
Nightmare.
Fake fail road.
Well,
It wasn't.
let me just put it this way: the New York Central was a road with a future, and the Penn Central was a road without one.
Whoa.
Is that debatable, Milky?
Not really.
Yeah.
Could it
Not.
be 8 of
Penn
Penn Central?
Penn Central went into bankruptcy maybe
I blame
2
the
years
newspaper.
after it got put together, probably less.
Yeah,
A little
but
less. Like a year and 9 months or something.
the
Yeah.
only reason why it went bankrupt was because of management in the New Haven.
Well, exactly. It wasn't a good merger. You can go ahead and point out the reasons why it failed, but there's no way to say it,
It could have been much better if New Haven would have just stayed out of it.
Well,
New Haven didn't want in.
Didn't like
No
the
more-
ICC or something like force them to take
Yeah,
into
because
New Haven?
was going into bankruptcy. Or well,
And-
New Haven was.
but-
New Haven had a, red profit
Maybe
margin.
those guys New Haven.
They weren't making money.
And that's what brought pension.
I feel like
down.
like Central and New
Central was-
Haven.
Probably also brought down because of a few reasons. One of them being that the two railroads, the New York Central and the Pennsy, the PRR, overlapped so much that it was
I
just
know.
absolutely superfluous. The whole merger was a waste because they were.
I feel
two
like the
competing-
Central. I feel like the New York Central and the New Haven would have worked,
Yeah, that's what
and then the Pennsy and the NW would have been like perfect.
Yeah.
Because the Pennsy wasn't in the greatest shape at the time of the merger, but NW they were in great shape.
The thing
Yeah, they were.
the thing that I learned that I didn't know was that both the PRR, I knew the New York Central was in the black, like they were making money. The PRR was also making money, barely. They were in the black. They were profitable, and
Not very much,
although-
but
But
although-
New Haven wasn't.
although things were going to get worse for everyone involved because the trucking would ramp up and things like that, it was still they were still both viable, and the competition probably would have helped. One of the reasons New Haven failed is probably because it had a monopoly over the area and it didn't have any competition.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons it failed.
Yeah, competition is good for
Competition fuels production and
Yeah.
efficiency.
It does spool production, but it spools production through the means of if you don't spool production, then you'll die. So it's
Well,
it's
New
like saying,
Haven
it's like, and I'm just more than anything, I'm playing devil's advocate here because I don't personally side with this belief a lot. People say, well, war's a good thing because it sparks, and industry and all this kind of stuff. Well, yeah, but there is also the downside of there is eminent, it's
loss.
almost better to be peaceful and kind of just being the only game in town rather than being, at risk of absolute destruction.
Yeah.
It's that.
Well,
that's from
they were going down.
quoting Disney.
They were going down anyways, and maybe competition could have helped.
Quoting Disney, it's like, that's taking a little bit of the fun out of Trick or Treat or Die, huh? I'm trying to take the die out of Trick or Treat or Die. It's a great Disney show, by the way. Everybody needs to watch that.
what's it called?
No. Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls. I agree.
And but yeah, no, the New Haven was special. They were different.
Yeah.
They
Haven's like the
The New Haven was
Haven's like
special.
the
That's
adopted
what-
ginger
That's-
child.
the
says.
the New Haven was quick to electrify.
because I
always
do stuff in reverse.
get rid of steam and stuff, and they never gave up on semaphores.
That's what killed them. That's what brought the entire company down was
The
semaphores.
semaphores, of
They're to
course.
blame for all of their problems are semaphores. Blame the semaphores, people.
Yeah,
Well,
and
sorry
when
This
they
is truly the bane of industry.
when they ditched most of their steam, which was, a lot of it, even the highest class stuff was in the early 50s. It was long before preservation era, and it was before anyone really had the idea that dieselization was gonna be a thing.
A thing. It's like
Yeah.
diesel engine. Why would you?
Well, yeah. Well,
What is
and they
this
were-
diesel engine you speak of?
This is
But
diesel.
Blount knew what he was doing.
And they were snapping up electric engines and stuff, but they were. I'm sure there was the company mindset of, oh, these things are pretty cool, but nobody else is gonna use them, so
Yeah, when are these things gonna catch on?
yeah.
These things are garbage. I mean, they're cool looking.
Then late 50s
toys,
happened.
though. They're like playing with their Tinker toys.
Yeah, and then the late 50s and 60s happened, and most of the steam went away.
And they're like, wow. Well,
Yeah,
what do we do now?
We're
and they're
hipsters.
left with some of the, they're left having scrapped the I-5s and not having a single steam locomotive left.
Come on, New Haven. You're better than that.
Yeah.
Not really.
Well, they would. They didn't have the money to be better than that.
Two rations.
They had so
If
many.
Blount was like 10 years, If Blunt started getting steam like 10 years earlier, you probably could have got one.
And then we'd have a surviving i5, which would be really cool.
that would be
Well,
amazing.
That would be cool.
The i5s are my favorite streamliners.
The i5s had
Steam.
the i5s were really good for a Hudson. They didn't have a booster, and they could accelerate faster than most of the they could accelerate faster and get to a higher top speed than most of the diesels or electrics that the New Haven ever got, and that's why they were kept on the roster, just because they couldn't find anything to replace them, and then they eventually did, and
then toasters happened.
and then toasters happened. I think it was like
Went from i5 to toaster.
FL9s or something that eventually replaced them.
Oh, those are
Really,
ugly.
the grandfather
Those
of
are
the
ugly.
toaster, basically.
No, the FL9s,
yeah.
those are ugly.
It's like the song says, his mom was a car and its dad was a tram.
But they tried to do some really innovative things like the turbo train and stuff like that.
I thought that was Amtrak that did that.
It eventually fell into their hands, but they were the first people to get stuff like that.
You know what New Haven also tried?
What?
The Explorer.
Explorer.
Let me find it. There's an article about it on Columbus Railroads. Let me find it. It's about the New York Central one, but New
Not
Haven's pretty much the
Ford
same thing.
Explorer, you morons.
Thanks, Google.
Here it is.
Oh, I see it.
This is about the New York Central one, but the New Haven one is pretty much the same thing.
Anyways,
It was terrible.
and
The
rant.
tomato can. Is there a
Yeah, at
picture
least
of
around
it?
here they called it the tomato can.
What
I,
on
there's no
earth
picture.
is
The
this?
tomato can.
It's terrible.
It's like
It's
a
the-
really ugly F unit that's been stepped on and kicked
Oh my
in
God.
the face.
It's like a really derpy shark nose.
Again, it's like a shark nose or an F unit that's been stepped on and kicked in the teeth. Just
Yeah.
it's
Same with the
stretched out a
passenger
little
cars.
Yeah.
The passenger cars are kind of like the Talgo cars.
Beep.
Beep. Beep. Beep.
Anyways,
Columbus, right.
Wiebold, you got anything to say
That's
next?
ugly.
What do I have to say next?
Sugar Swaggles?
And
Oh,
the
yeah,
thing I
Talgo
linked in the
Swaggle.
Skype chat.
Gino, the thing you linked looks kind of like if
Yeah,
a
that too.
P-42 and a Alco PA or an FA had a Alco FA had a child.
And then they kicked
That's
it.
not even close.
And then he dropped it down the stairs. What?
It backed into a turntable pit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Face first.
Yeah.
Ran like it did like a Wile E. Coyote stunt and failed.
The thing one
But
more
that's
thing,
how it got the name tomato can. It drove off a cliff, splat, tomato can.
Spam kill.
Yay!
one of the last things
And also,
about
there's no color pictures in here, but the Explorer was like a really ugly yellow and green.
there were color pictures in there
Let me
Was
find. There
everything
was.
in the late 60s and 70s painted so badly?
because it's groovy, man.
Do you want it in brown or again?
Oh,
we
yeah.
come back to do you want it in brown, orange, or avocado?
Oh yeah, here's the
I like
here's the other link that has
or
the
curdled milk.
the second
Those are
link
your
has
three-
the
those are your
New
4
Haven
color
one.
options.
They
Anyways.
don't have them in the New Haven one too? Really?
The New Haven one looks more like an Alco.
Oh,
Yeah, that does look
I
more.
know they're
honest.
ugly as balls.
Balls.
Sometimes
Anyway.
I wonder what the British think about our locomotives.
Probably like
those ones are ugly, but then they have weird ones too, like the crane engines that we see and stuff.
They also don't even lift.
We had some
Lift,
weird and pretty
bro.
terrible stuff, but to be fair, they had their moments of bad too.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But I want a hug signal.
One more thing on the i5. According to the account, Baldwin's Hardy Hudson. Yeah, so they New Haven asked Baldwin, "We need a Hudson that can bring a 12-car, 830-ton train up the Sharon Heights, which is a .6 to .7 grade at 60 miles an hour." And Baldwin was like, "Okay, here you go." And that's
Here you go.
and they gave him the i5s.
Makes crappy engine.
But hey,
Huh.
they did the job. Apparently, they were speed restricted on the line, so I'm not quite sure how fast they could have gone.
That's a bummer.
I feel like they probably could have broke the speed record.
Maybe.
Speed!
Yeah, if they were allowed, they probably could have.
I don't know. Hold on.
There's a lot of stuff that probably could have trumped the Mallard's record.
It probably has, but yeah,
a lot of our post-war steam probably could have trumped
cough
Trump's
T1.
We just didn't.
record. It's just that we never
Yeah.
we weren't allowed to run that fast.
We
We never had that competition of like national pride is based off of how fast our train goes.
By the time it
German.
was post-war, anyways, it's, you know.
Eh.
Anyways.
But yeah, actually, totally real TJ, you should be very thankful for Colorado because of it was recently brought to my attention. I think actually by you replacing
Yeah, it was
TJ,
me.
oddly enough.
I called you from the slopes while
Yeah.
skiing in reverse.
Yeah. Right.
I'm
but
still
it was
on the
brought to my attention
slopes.
that Strasburg number 90 came from the Western Sugar Company in
Volkswagen.
northern Colorado, the land of the Vulcans.
Woo.
Yes,
Don't they have their own planet?
they had like 20 Vulcans and then 90.
Yes, the planet of the Vulcans. Planet
Vulcan
Vulcan.
land.
Yeah,
They
it's
have their own
Planet
peninsula
Vulcan.
too. The Vulcan Peninsula. That's how it's right.
Vulcan
Yeah,
That's
Peninsula?
not, it wasn't a peninsula.
Doesn't matter.
It's Colorado.
It is
You're
now.
surrounded by mountains.
We have peninsulas.
Surrounded by mountains.
Yeah, we have peninsulas that are just not mountainous.
No, it's mountains on three sides.
Yeah, or it's just a mountain that's surrounded by nothing on three sides.
The void. It's surrounded
The
by the
void.
void on three sides.
The pit of death.
So speaking of the pit
But
of
yeah,
death,
that's really all I have.
nobody else appears to have anything, unless Ogeles
Wait,
has
why,
something.
Wiebold?
I don't have
What about
anything.
the link? What about the link I put earlier?
No.
I'll
PRR.
cover that. Does that count as this section?
What is it?
I feel like it would.
What is it?
I really don't want to talk about it, honestly.
I don't know what it is.
This has to do with Hit Entertainment and hating Viacom.
Viacom.
They did something good.
They actually did do
Wait.
something good.
Well, what did they do?
Why don't you, since you did it, you brought it up, Jader, why don't you do it?
Well, Wiebold, you can help me because you.
Okay, sure, I'll help. We'll do it together. Oh. I'll do it myself.
What happened? I caught
That's
it.
the wrong name.
It took me
Yep.
a second, but I caught it. Oh, you took
Yes,
care
you
of
can help me.
yourself.
You can help me, totally legitimate, TJ.
Okay.
So why don't you start?
Well, basically, about 2 or
Wait,
so
how did I
weeks
get
ago.
3 strikes? Sorry, but...
Shut up.
For using the wrong
But
name.
about 2 or so weeks ago, Wiebold, I came home from school, got on Skype, and Wiebold linked in the Iron Horseman this trailer to a new Thomas movie that's coming out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and Wiebold was really happy because it's not just some random thing; it's a story.
It's the prequel.
On, how Thomas
It's not.
became.
It's not
Thomas.
a. It's not a. It's not a marketing stunt.
Yeah, it's
It's
an
done.
actual
It's done
story.
to tell a story, not to make money, which is
Yeah.
originally what the Railway series was intended for. Is to tell a story, not to make money.
Well, I'm sure making money was just the.
Well,
We should take all the trains...
It was a happy little benefit to it, but
Yeah.
originally, before it was even printed, it was just a bedtime story.
Yeah.
The volume, though.
But yeah, we were talking about this, and we're both really. I want to see this when it comes out.
I do too.
I will see it. I guarantee I'll see it.
I guarantee I'll see it, too.
In Soviet Russia, it sees you.
That's...
If you can see Chuck Norris, Chuck Norris can see you. If you can't see Chuck Norris, you may be seconds from death.
Oh no.
But yeah, they
I
did
can't see
something-
Chuck Norris!
No, the Tom. No,
Ah,
the
Chuck
Thomas,
Norris is here!
Julie, shut up. The Thomas management team, whatever. Wiebold, they did something really good. And what did they do?
It.
Wiebold, what did they do?
What? I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
Thomas
carry
management
conversations
team, what
at
did they
once.
do that's really good?
They stopped telling stuff just for the sake of making money.
I thought they did something in management, like,
Oh
personnel.
yes, they fired Sharon Miller
Thank God.
at long last.
Yay.
Yes, yay.
Sharon Miller is the person who did all the bad writing.
Sharon Miller is their schley.
Like the Don't Be Silly
Yeah.
Billy.
And,
Don't-
and quack
don't bring-
quack quack was good.
Quack 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 was good. quack, quack,
quack.
was at least entertaining at the very least. The stuff again was just marketing.
From I don't know when to now, it's been bad writing the whole way. And
2003.
then, jeez,
Yeah, I had almost given up hope.
yeah. So have I. I'm like, and then I saw the CGI. I'm like, especially when they, it was models and then the CGI faces. All CGI.
I feel like the CGI is actually really cool. I feel like it adds a new.
It adds new ability.
Yeah, everybody really hated the CGI. I didn't think it was that bad, really.
I just didn't like it when it was on the models. Like
Yeah,
they
that
had
was a
models
little
and
bit
then the
freaky
CGI faces. I'm like,
That was more creepy
it's like
than it was anything
No,
else,
it's like Strasbourg's Thomas now.
Thomas the Day.
It's a real train, but it's got the CGI talking face. It's creepy as balls.
It is.
I know.
I can testify to that. The Strasbourg one too. I wonder if TJ will see that actually.
Wait, he will.
Hi TJ. Hi TJ.
Hi.
Hi TJ.
But
Anyways,
yeah, moving on
to...
to. Can TJ attempt it? Can TJ attempt this?
No, TJ, that's speaking in third person.
No third
TJ was
person.
upset.
No third person replacement. Real TJ.
TJ's upset.
TJ is sad.
TJ suck. TJ suck.
Let's get on to Locomotive Versus.
In
TJ
one
sucks.
corner. This is the moment you've
TJ
all...
runs in reverse.
This is the moment you've all been waiting for. We have in one corner the Master of Freight. That is
Running in reverse.
what you all know and love. That is
The Sultan of Freight. The Master of Movement. The Lord of Locomotion.
the Union Pacific Big Boy.
Ah!
And in this corner,
Represented
weighing
by the
in at
Fulmer
somewhere over
himself.
100 tons, I'm not really sure where, but I assume it's more than that. We have
No, it's actually probably helium.
the penultimate passenger, the Palisade Pusher, or Palisade Puller.
Pusher.
I don't know.
What is
No,
this,
it ran in
Strasbourg?
reverse.
The rocket on rails, the Pansy T1.
Boo.
Wow.
Smokey in the background.
Were you saying boo or booerns? Ow! What is that noise?
Anyways, let's
What was
get
the
this
noise? You can't just
MLC.
move on from something like that without explaining.
started. No, it was a klaxon. Obviously,
It was the what?
it was a klaxon.
Do I still have the...
You know, an air horn.
listed?
Oh, never mind. Anyways, let's see how
Wow.
this goes. Ogeles, you have your
Let's
thing
get
up?
ready to
Yes, I do.
Alright.
Gerp ready to rumble.
Who do you guys think should fire the first shot?
I say the
Yep.
T1 because it was built first.
Hit me with your best
Alrighty then.
shot.
What is your boiler pressure?
Ooh, will he have the skill to pull this one off?
Oh my.
Boom, bum, 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 bum.
Waiting.
You're
You're the one who's supposed to answer. Why are you doo-doo-doing?
Go boo.
Actually, Ellis, that's your cue.
No, I asked him, what is your boiler pressure?
What's the
Mine or his?
What
What's
do you
your
mean
boiler
his?
pressure, Ogeles?
I'm the other
Oh,
one.
mine is 300 psi.
I also have 300 psi.
I thought you were talking.
raw.
I thought
What?
I was talking to who?
I thought you were talking to Jader.
Who?
We used the wrong name.
Nah,
Jader.
there's another one.
That's true. Sorry.
Huh.
I'm not Jader, I am TJ.
I am representing the T1. You are
What the
representing
heck
the
is
big boy.
this?
Strasbourg.
Okay, fine
Jesus.
then.
Alright, so 300 and 300. What is your, what's your driving wheel diameter?
68 inches.
80 inches.
Dang it.
Boom, smack down.
Boom! Oh, got served. Get served.
Get wet.
Okay, fine then.
What's your minimum weight of rail?
Yours is gonna be last, I know.
I'm only picking fights I can win here.
Yeah, it's,
113 pounds per yard.
Oh crap. 117 pounds per yard.
Oh!
That means you get the next hit.
Get wet.
ooh.
Way to be those guys, Union Pacific.
Okay, Ogeles, B3.
Onion
You
Pacific.
sang my battleship!
Yes!
Way to be those guys,
Down
Onion
with
Pacific.
communism.
Wait, what did you say, Roy?
You said down
Okay,
with
now
communism.
I'm gonna ask some questions.
Yes, ask some questions.
Okay.
You're next.
Uh, how big is your firebox area?
Firebox area. Just the firebox area?
I don't know, it's,
Yeah, just the firebox.
490
big.
square feet.
704 square feet.
Unsurprising.
Oh, get served!
Alright, what's next?
Get wet.
You go because you won that one.
What does the Power M L1 and Power MT mean?
I don't know.
That is the number of people that you can fit in the locomotive's headlight.
I don't think that's the case.
Okay, what's your
Sure, because
tractive
you didn't
effort?
seem to know what it was, now did you?
What's your tractive effort?
Tractive effort. Oh. 64,600 pounds. Thereabouts.
Seriously?
135,375
Wait, the
pounds.
T1s is 64,000?
Yeah, it's 64,500.
That's as much, or like maybe 100 pounds more than a Berkshire.
Do you know what else it is, Jader?
Oh!
Oh, dang it! Do you know what else? Do you know what else it is? It's over 9,000.
What it, okay, what was,
Boo.
mine's tractive effort, so I won. Mine was 135,000.
Yeah.
375.
More than twice. More than double.
And
To
then
be
one
fair,
more
you have
question.
Twice my
What is
driving
your
years.
factor of adhesion?
The factor of adhesion is 4.33.
Mine's 3.99.
Oh, okay.
Way to be those
Oh, yeah,
guys,
you're pretty-
Union Pacific.
No, you're pretty close. You're a,
Way to be those guys,
tiny
Onion
fraction off.
Pacific.
Onion.
So, I run the
Onion
stats.
Pacific.
you won that.
I have a question.
Okay.
Yes, Gator. I mean,
How many were built and how many survive?
Oh.
Oh my god.
We're terrible at this.
I'm
We're
not.
so bad.
Did anyone give him another point?
No.
Alright, there we go. I got it.
no! No!
Don't mess up so much.
Yeah. Don't die.
Speak.
Okay. I wasn't
Yeah.
prepared for how many big boys are left. Let me go check.
Oh, he wasn't ready.
He
It's
wasn't ready.
There's 8. There's 8.
They made 50.
8 survivors, 25 built.
They made 50 T1s. 5
And
0.
24 big boys.
25, 24. Mm.
Oh,
There's something that's funnier than 24.
Johnny Crab.
What back?
We have a cool train wreck that I'll read. It's number 4005 train wreck.
It did a barrel roll.
At
Drive in at the
9:10
cab
a.m.,
of.
train passed through Whams, I don't know, some town in Wyoming.
It did a
Dedicated
barrel roll.
Whamville. How about that?
Yeah, I'll just say dedicated Whamville.
It did a barrel roll.
Dedicated Whamville, Wyoming. Headed westbound, not knowing that in just 10 minutes the unthinkable would happen, blah, blah, blah.
It did a barrel roll.
The morning was cloudy with lightning.
Backstory.
15%. No, at this time.
You crashed. The end.
It did a barrel roll.
Yeah, it crashed and then it converted to oil. Didn't find it efficient.
It
They-
did a
they converted
freaking
it
barrel.
back
How did
because
it?
oil was stupid.
How did it crash? Did it do a barrel roll?
Yeah, it actually
I've already
legitimately
covered
did a
this
barrel
crash,
roll.
So, Jellies, I've already covered this crash on Terminus.
Yeah.
This is the engine that I've been in the cab of.
Oh.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Do a barrel roll.
So, let's take votes. Who wins?
I'm not ready for that yet. I have some.
Yeah, I was
have-
going to say, it seems a little bit early.
I have some more style points to go for.
Oh, boy. Uh-oh.
Before
We
you
got
ran
a
in-
bonus
you-
round
The
coming
T1s
on.
ran in reverse.
Shut up, TJ.
Okay.
So,
Be
oh, you
quiet.
did it. You did it.
I did it.
I did it too.
Listen, shut up, TJ comes very naturally to me.
I suppose that's fair.
I Now, there were some unusual things about the T1, of course, but one of the greatest things about it was its streamlining.
We weren't streamlined.
The streamlining. And
We weren't
the
streamlined.
reported ability to hit 140 miles an hour.
We couldn't go above 70.
Yeah.
I'm
We were
surprised you could
afraid of
make 70.
Locomotive.
I know you were.
Again, I'm surprised you could make 70.
We could make 70 on the flats. Going over like Weber Canyon, they only went about 20 or 30 or 40. And occasionally 50.
Every day.
But you were
Did
still...
they use big boys on the flats? I thought they
They
used
use
them
big
like
boys
two,
everywhere.
I thought they used them like 2 Cheyenne, and then it was Challengers the rest of the way.
It was.
Yeah, it was. They actually, yeah, that's correct. They only ran on like a 50-mile main line. Was all
Yeah,
of
maybe
it.
maybe from like Cheyenne to somewhere over there.
Like the Shays and
They
the
ran
Uinta.
from Cheyenne to Ogden. That was generally where you saw them.
Whatever, but yeah, and then it was Challengers the rest of the way.
Trying to Ogden? I don't think they went that far.
They
They
did.
had to get over Weber Pass. Weber
They
Canyon.
didn't go to Ogden. They went Cheyenne to Laramie.
No, they weren't
There-
in Ogden.
there it is.
See, we
Cheyenne
went
to
to
Laramie.
Ogden. Trust me. I
No,
know.
they went 50 miles on a normal run. That was their stomping ground. I mean, yeah,
But
there
they-
were exceptions,
they-
but 50
they were-
miles between Cheyenne and Laramie was their normal route. Over Sherman Hill.
Yeah, well, they came to Ogden. They weren't rare in Ogden. We saw them
Occasionally.
all the time.
But
I
But
know
really-
this.
You know this because you were there when they were there?
No, but I'm.
Replacement Jader.
oh,
No. He's
That doesn't count.
Different
that's,
joke.
That's getting
Different
his
joke.
name correct.
okay.
getting
And
his
joke,
name
right,
correct.
yes.
No, he's supposed to be here. Come on, guys.
That's a point. That's a point.
No.
But
Oh.
they ran. Here,
Wait,
let me look it up.
I forget, never mind, I'm not even going to bother asking. I was going to ask if a new
Big Boy is a 4884.
Thank you. Did
Welcome.
you
Ran
say
in
a
reverse.
newer or older locomotive was better?
Newer.
Let me look on.
We
yeah,
said
that
newer in
always
terms of
works.
steam.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stand by that.
Uh,
Also, with the ability to hit 140 miles an hour, allegedly, we know they were scheduled to go 100, and to make up lost time, they'd go above that, thus damaging.
The
The
Big
Question.
Boy fleet of 25 locomotives were used primarily in the Wyoming Division to haul freight over the Wasatch Mountains between Green River, Wyoming, and Ogden, Utah.
Okay.
Hey,
What
look,
was on
Ogden, Utah
Sherman
has
Hill?
its own Wikipedia page.
Yeah,
Oh, because Wikipedia is so great.
Wikipedia is pretty great. They're very
you
helpful.
could go in and
No, I don't
say
want
the
the
big
Sherman
boy
Hill
equals
add-on
42.
for rail works. No, I don't want it for train sim either.
Yes, you do. Why?
Can I
What?
seriously not get a page on this? Is it just going to prompt it to buy stuff for trains?
Yes.
Anyways,
Wait, what?
thus the ability to reach such high speeds. I mean, they were built in 1945, so that's towards the end of World War II. And in the first run, there was inferior metallurgy used in the valve
Even
gear.
3 o'clock high at Ogden High School? I didn't know that.
Inferior,
You don't care.
inferior being perfectly usable at 100 miles an hour, but not meant to be used at 140 miles an hour. And that would be the Poppet valve gear, Franklin Poppet.
Have you guys
Oh,
seen
yeah.
3 o'clock high?
No.
What?
No.
You don't
So-
care.
That was filmed in
Trying to
Ogden.
derail the conversation at this point.
So unusual
Okay.
valve gear. How much
There's
coal
Green-
could a
I've
big
been-
boy carry?
Haven't I? Yeah, I've been to Green River.
A metric ton.
I think it'd carry more than that.
A metric crap ton.
How much coal could a big boy
Actually,
carry?
a metric butt ton is a real unit of measurement.
What did you say, Alice?
How much coal could you carry in tons?
Go, 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 go. Smoke coal every day. Where is that?
Smoke.
Oh, okay. Kendall fuel capacity 28 tons.
Only 28?
How
Oh,
much
that's
did you-
right. We used track pan. We had 42.6 tons of coal in the tender.
Ooh.
We,
How do...
How? Not
What?
sure. That's a lot of coal.
The Pensy,
Well, didn't
most
even
of the
have a very big
Pensy
tender.
engines had massive, massive tenders.
Yeah, the tender was long.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that tender's about the size of a 2-story building.
Yeah, yes, it's huge.
And the babes go on.
I wanna see the length of tender, but I don't think I have it. I don't think I have the length of tender. You can have the overall wheelbase engine and tender that's 107 feet. So I don't know what that says about it. But anyways, we had a long tender.
Yeah, you did.
We had a lot of coal. And
You don't know.
how big were your? No, you know what? I'm not gonna ask that. That's a trap.
How-
That's a trap.
What?
I'm not asking that.
You have to ask it
You
now.
spoke. Now you have. You can't.
All right, I was gonna ask how large your cylinders were.
Oh, yeah, that is doom.
Yeah.
Cylinder. Where?
Size of 7 Homer's all-purpose
Oh.
buckets.
Cylinder. I don't see where the cylinders are.
It should say.
Oh, cylinders, dia, x stroke.
Yeah, diameter and stroke.
23.75 inches times 32 inches with a parentheses 4.
Wow. So you were all high pressure cylinders as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had 19.75 inches by 26.
So ours are bigger. We had
Oh, yeah.
higher.
You had the power. We had the speed.
You got the
And that's what
power.
it's up to.
Speed.
So I'll leave you guys to that. Also, if I can go on here, I have horsepower ratings for the both of them. We have the T1 at one was rated at 6,500, about 6,500 horsepower at 85 miles an hour.
Ooh.
Or 6,100. That was two different classes of T1. The 1942s and the 1945s. And the Union Pacific big boys were 6,200 or 6,000 at 37. I'm not sure which one of those. I'm not sure which one of those figures is correct. But we have 6,100 or 6,500, and they have 6,200 or 6,000.
So pretty much. So the T1s are more powerful.
Also, Milky, you'll be proud of this. They're more powerful at speed. You'll be proud of this. The AC-12 also has 6,000 horsepower at 45 miles an hour versus the 6,000 horsepower at 37 for the big boy. I'm
I
putting
don't
that
care.
out
Way to be those guys, SP.
there. Yeah, exactly. What the hell was this? Oh no.
My build is still for the cab forward, even though it's not an option.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Well, the cab
about
forward is technically articulated, so that leans toward the big boy.
that. Yeah, the T1 was, of course, a duplex drive locomotive, which means both of the sets of wheels were linked, and that's that. If you're okay, Ogeles, we should call the votes.
Okay, yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna say T1.
I vote T1.
That means T1 wins.
Yes.
And Milky?
Big boy.
He's gonna
Big
say
boy.
careful.
Big boy and we both.
Oh, but that
Yay.
means T1.
Cab forward.
Oh,
It would have
what
meant
is it?
T1 either way.
It was either a landslide victory or you have one sympathizer. I had a feeling, I knew, Milky was
Hey,
Sorry,
firm.
Rebel, why
reverse. I
did
would've
you vote
changed
for
my
the
vote.
T1?
I knew Milky was firmly in your pocket from the beginning.
Rebel, why did you vote for the T1?
Because the big boy, honestly, it's... Well, quite honestly, you just got stomped in the fight.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you
Kinda
did.
Not really.
But-
Why do I always
I
lose?
wouldn't say you
the
got
T1 is
stomped in the
possibly...
fight,
The
but-
T1 is... The T1's possibly the fastest steam engine in the world. It's something that can finally whoop those stupid Brits and shut them.
Well, there go all the British listeners.
Even though it may have been less
Again.
practical than the big boy, it is, well, in some ways, it did have more fuel capacity. It did have a lot more style to it. And frankly, I'm not really sure which one's going to be back first, but one of them will be back in operation. And if I had the chance to see either the big boy or the T1, I'd go with the T1
Because
because
it looks
I've seen a big lumbering duplex locomotive before. It's
Even
amazing, but
in LA.
I'd love to see something doing the same at 140 miles an hour.
Hey,
If you want that,
Wiebold,
then
you
you
are
should-
far closer to the Pueblo test track than any of us. Just saying.
Yeah, Sam.
The
What?
Pueblo test track.
The
Alright,
Pueblo,
let's move
the
on.
Pueblo test track is one of two
Pueblo,
places
Pueblo.
where the T1 can go 140 miles an hour.
Wait, what?
What?
If that thing goes to Pueblo and is doing speed test, I will watch it.
Yeah.
I'm going there.
That's the only...
Is this seriously testing in Pueblo?
That's where they do the speed test.
Oh, I'm
There's-
so
there's-
going there.
There's literally two places in this country that you can go 140 miles an hour on the tracks. One of them is in Pueblo. The other one is
The other is in the Northeast Corridor.
The other one is in South County, Rhode Island, and I'm about 20 minutes from it.
Then why
Probably
would they
gonna
go to
Rhode
Rhode Island?
It's
a heck of a
probably
lot
going to go
closer.
to Rhode Island.
No, it's probably not because that's Amtrak line, and Amtrak is a prude.
Oh, it's not a test track. It's just
No,
Amtrak line.
it's the main line. That's the Northeast Corridor.
Oh, it is the Northeast
Yeah.
Corridor.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But
Well.
I just had to say that to specify. It's not somewhere on the Northeast Corridor. It's right here.
It's in Rhode Island.
It is.
I just thought I'd throw that little
Of-
tidbit of information out there.
Of all the places for it to be, it's in Rhode Island.
Oh, great.
It would
But-
blow through the state in like
That's-
a minute.
Yeah, that's what
If
happens.
that thing is seriously getting tested in Pueblo, there is no way I'm passing up that chance.
It will be.
There's
And,
no way I am either.
I'll be there with you.
I'll be there.
Probably
Yeah,
like,
except for it probably won't be done by July.
Yeah, well, I'll be there with you anyways.
Might
be
come out
there.
for it.
Yeah, I'd definitely come
They're
out
just
for
camped
it.
by the tracks
if,
for
if
like
they're like
10
if they're like
years.
we're gonna do the speed run, I'll be like, I'm booking a plane ticket.
I'm like, I don't care. I don't care if they're gonna take me out to see Step Brother. I'm going there.
Exactly. Anyways, we've got a lot to talk about in the last two sections of the show, so we can finally put this momentous occasion behind us. By the way, when I went into this, I didn't think I was gonna win, and even when I put it up there, I was like, the big boy's way more powerful. But-
Northern versus double Northern.
for double
Northern
Northern.
versus double Northern. Next week on
Points for
Locomotive Versus. And
Northerns.
you went to 51, take on 3 standard gauge locomotives at the same time.
Yes.
Next time.
Done,
on
done,
Why would-
done.
Why? Never mind. Never mind.
Just go with it. Just go with it, TJ. All right, so
You did it again.
moving on to model railroading. Now, TJ, you were there for this, but I wasn't.
I
I
was.
didn't write down anything of yours. Of course you were.
Yeah, of course you were. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Remember?
I was
ran
was
you-
running a Shay in reverse.
And on the Providence Northern. So I started out the day with getting the EM1s. This is why I like the B&O, by the way. This is the only reason I like the B&O. Because of the EM1s.
What about the Cincinnatian?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I keep forgetting they're not. Yeah, the Cincinnatian is cool as well. But
Yes.
this is my at home sort of. Thank goodness.
Big
this-
pimpin'.
Yeah, this big pimpin' locomotive, the EM1, and I decided to pull a very long string of cars out of Providence and up the grade, out of Providence through staging, which is Montreal, and then up the grade to the summit. Got stuck.
No.
So I went into the box of steam locomotives and I got out the Challenger, which has traction tires. So it is pretty beefy. But then I put it in front of the EM1 in this long string of about 20 cars. The string of about 20 cars and went, no, it's too short. So I went and I grabbed another string of cars. And so I was pulling like,
It's too short.
yeah, I was like
You
this.
got stuck with a train, got another locomotive, and then decided it was too short.
Yeah, I decided the train was too short after that, so I got more
Wow.
train.
See, this is why the British
Lord.
O10Os to get up 2% of grade. They're like, are you struggling with it? No. Then it's not long enough.
Well, yeah, but I didn't end up struggling with it, is my point. I was pulling like 50 cars, and these are 1985,
Jesus.
1985 cars. And they're all
1983.
all properly weighted and yada yada yada.
Wait,
And-
was it like a big coal train?
No, it was just mixed
Coal
freight.
train runs on whole grain.
A lot of it was gondolas, and the gondolas that the Providence Northern has are stupidly heavy.
Wait. When was this picture taken?
What picture?
What picture?
I just sent
Let me
it.
check on it. Let me see. I wonder if I know. This must have been right after it came out of the shop. This must have been 1942.
Yeah, it looks really freaking
Oh
shiny.
yeah. Oh god, that's actually a
What's this
lovely picture.
picture?
I like it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna make
Bald!
this. I'm gonna make this a
Bald!
desktop background.
Bald. That. Are we sure that's 1942?
It looks too
They
realistic.
didn't-
It looks too.
They
It's
didn't
too.
do.
The color's too good on it. That's like got to be late 50s.
I mean, it's possible.
They didn't
but
run in the late 50s.
They didn't do the.
They probably just
streamlining.
washed it.
They didn't do the streamlining like that, or the gold handrails with. I mean, it could have been an old one, but Oh wait, no. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
wait, what's the number? 6110.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that is
It's the
6110. That must be one of the new run then. That's weird. I don't know.
Cool.
Then.
It's just. They probably just washed it and took the picture. When were they scrapped again?
Let me go back and see.
Like mid
Late
50s.
50s, early 60s?
Must have been.
This was probably taken right around the time it was being scrapped, and they just washed it.
Hmm.
I mean, the
Yeah.
color's too good for the 40s. I mean, they had color in the
Yeah,
40s, but
You'd be
it was
surprised.
ridiculously
Hold on,
expensive, and it wasn't great.
But Wiebold, hold on.
The
let me
red
counter
is
you
too
with
red
this.
is the big one. The red is way too red.
Oh yeah, the red is red.
The red in an old photograph would be very pink.
Hold on. Yeah, but let me counter you with this one. I think. This is the. This is the same. Oh, it's enhanced.
Oh, this picture's enhanced?
It's enhanced, and it's enhanced version of a picture that I know, which is the Wikipedia picture for the T1. And I don't know when this was taken, but this is at the Baldwin plant. If it's the 6100 or 6110, that means it was of the second run. So that must have been. Oh no, that was 42. That was one of the first two. So that's 6110. That's the first engine. That's the first T1 they ever built.
Wow.
It just has the dudes removed. The dudes from the picture. Hold on. Let me.
I was gonna say, I thought that looked familiar.
It was very familiar for me. I was like, what would this be, a practice photo to,
Yeah, I was gonna say the steam looks weird.
yeah, it's where the dudes,
The steam looks touched.
the whole picture is touched.
But yeah, but the steam looks touched because
it
they've had
looks
people
good,
removed.
though.
Doesn't mean I'm not going to make it one of my desktop backgrounds, which is exactly what I'm going to do right now. Anyways, carrying on with what I was saying. So I hauled
Carry on my wayward son.
I hauled all of the things. And we had a lot of visitors that day, so we just had people coming in and looking at me driving around this enormous train with two giant locomotives on it, and being like, yes, all the power.
America.
All of your base belongs to me.
Yeah, exactly.
You should have took like tiny little American flags and mount them to the pilot of the challenge.
That would have been amazing.
The M1.
It's funny,
That would have been
when I
amazing.
got the EM1
If I ever
out,
visit the PN, I'll do that.
what are you talking about? You come to the PN all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
next time I'm
TJ.
at the PN, I'll do that.
Yeah, TJ.
We,
Next time I'm there, I'll do
You
that.
do some more thinking, TJ?
it's funny because one time I got stuck with the EM1 and
I don't
and
think
he was there,
I'm always going in
You
reverse.
don't think.
and he dragged me up the hill with a Shay in reverse. So
Yeah,
You show me a picture. Of
some of
that.
the stereotypes
Job.
are real. What are you talking about? You were there.
Well, you
Yeah, TJ.
Yeah, TJ.
Also, out of that box came the New York Central 5115, which is a BLI Mikado, which also has traction tires and can also pull an incredible amount for its size. So that was really cool to see.
JT.
Really cool to have out. Ignore that.
obligatory
Okay.
whistle.
Yeah, you too.
I'm fairly sure I cannot ignore that now that you've drawn attention to it.
Oh well.
Well, it's appropriate. This is a train podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is appropriate.
And there's another
Kudos,
little segment. There's another little segment in here called "I Know Everything." This isn't.
What?
This isn't me tooting my own horn. This is. I walked in.
Is this person
and,
X talk?
No. This is people. I walked in and people started asking me questions about locomotive classes, and I was just like rattling them off, like not classes, like wheel arrangements. And because I have this white steam thing like right above my head all the time, and I see it all the time, And so,
What were some of the questions? We could probably answer
well,
them.
yeah, no, you definitely could. It was just, people didn't know off the tops of their heads what the
Because they're
real
diesel mongers.
what the real arrangement names in white classification were, like an Atlantic or a mountain or
Diesel.
Pacific.
a prairie or
Or a Baltic.
A prairie?
Baltic. Oh yeah, I learned them what an Adriatic was. They didn't.
Yeah,
Someone
It's
was.
pretty much just a backwards Pacific.
Yeah, someone didn't know. They were like, oh, I have this 264, and I'm like, I don't know what it is. And that's
It's a
when-
backwards Pacific.
That's when I stepped in. and
It's
was-
my kind of Pacific.
and
It's,
because-
it's reversed.
people.
Yeah,
People
TJ.
were trying
Hi,
to figure
TJ.
out. People were trying to figure out what it was, and I was like, "Oh, isn't that a Pacific?" And then we thought about it for a minute. I was like, "Wait, no. Did you say 264?" And they go, "Yeah." And I was like, "That's an Adriatic." And everyone looks at me like, "What?"
It's like, you're crazy.
Yeah. It's like, no, I'm not
Crazy.
kidding.
Nobody wraps
on
trains
right
anymore.
now.
They never used them. They never really used them in the U.S. So
They're big in Denmark.
yeah. But Lee departed the train club. He's over here with me. I got to attach him to his block of wood to bring him back to RPI.
Yay.
Well, while he was there, I had some fun with with TJ as well because we were screwing around. But with
Did you enjoy it?
I almost got
Did you?
pwned is what
Yes.
happened.
Say it. I dare you, TJ. Yeah, TJ, what'd you pwn him at?
No, it wasn't him. Roland.
What did you get pwned at, TJ?
I don't know.
Sir! Of course you were there, weren't you? Weren't you,
Yes, you
TJ?
were.
Jesus.
You were there, weren't
It's
you?
like you're interrogating him. Come on.
I'm not.
Where were you on the night of January 16th?
I was running things in reverse, as I always do in my free time. In fact, I was taking my dog for a walk backwards.
He was walking
Quite
me.
unusual, actually. I usually take my dog for a walk in a counterclockwise circle, so I went clockwise, which is backwards, and I have to switch off every other day, so I'm always going backward.
Wow. So we had the dangers of passing, and that was me. Someone was driving the coal drag because they were
There was a whole ride,
they were
baby.
visiting the club, and they were just kind of going kind of slowly on the right track. And I had Lee and the one 1950s coach that is heavier than all the other ones and looks nicer than all the other ones.
Is that the one that
And
you have
Lee
the
can't
picture
pull
of
it.
the
Yeah.
box with?
No, yeah, Lee can pull it, but that's it. So I'm flooring it basically with Lee around the layout, and they're going around, and I find the back of this guy, and so I just threw the crossover, and then I'm coming up alongside him really fast, and we turn the corner from Framingham, looking down the hallway, and you can see Providence Station, and then all of a sudden, this guy Roland comes around the corner with his train on the track facing me, and I'm like, no, stop,
Oh, no.
stop right there. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Stop right there. And so he stops in front of the station. I just ducked into the station track, like nose to nose with the Acela, because that's where it's parked. I was like, okay, you can go by now. And so they went by. And then I
Hurrah, Sarah.
backed up the reversing loop and continued my journey.
Yeesh.
I just rode around very quickly with Lee. That was great.
He was going down the grade doing 90 miles an hour and the whistle broke into a
I
scream.
want to try to take. At some point, you should try to take Lee apart and put tracks and tires on.
Nah,
Or just
Probably
bullfrog
doable.
snot.
Bullfrog style might work. But
Bullfrog snot, you don't have to take it apart.
yeah.
Wait, is it
That
like
TJ?
grease or something you just put on the wheel?
It's like conductive rubber cement. You know the rubber cement you get for like school projects?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but conductive.
Ooh.
It is.
I might have
pretty
to buy
slick.
some of that.
It is pretty slick to use. A guy at the club uses it pretty frequently on his engines, and it's very nice.
Speaking of Wiebold's club,
No, well, I would have had
Not
something.
quite there yet.
Well, no.
Thank you, though, TJ.
Well, I actually
Yeah,
kind of,
thank you, TJ.
am there. I would have had something for the NEB&W, but because of snow, I'm still in Rhode Island.
the Snover
Snowverkill.
is back.
It's back. Exactly.
break
But
out
yeah,
the road
Pabba Labba
race.
Ding Dong.
It's going
Pabba
to
Labba Ding Dong? Oh, it's my cue?
That's
Pabba
your
Labba Ding Dong?
clue. Cue.
That's my cue.
Thing.
Pabba Labba Ding Dong.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Okay, so unfortunately, a member of a club that is in the immediate area has passed on. He actually passed on a little while ago. But anyway, he had a huge layout in his basement, like twice the size of our club layout in his basement. I'm fairly sure he was in his basement, his neighbor's basement, and his other neighbor's basement. This is how big this thing was.
Did you just have tunnels between them?
I have no idea how he fit this under his house. But anyway, the other members of the club are trying to, sell everything that he had so that the wife doesn't have to deal with it. And, they're tearing up the layout. They're downstairs all the time. And our club took a little field trip over to that site to look at some of the stuff they had, specifically the signaling system, which I'll get more into that. I'll get more into that later. We're stepping boldly into the 21st century finally, but
with a computer.
Yeah, more or less.
24th century?
Oh, 21st, but more or less
I go backwards.
We're down there looking around and stuff, and this guy has this guy has a ton of equipment, and not a lot that I'd really be interested in. A lot of modern stuff, a lot of 80s through present, a lot of 70s stuff, and he has one set of in this corner in kind of a dusty box, rubber banded together with a note over the top of it, and there was just random code on the note. But kind of in the corner is a box that all three of them say Proto 2000 on it, and I open them up, and there are two DCC equipped Rio Grande A or Alco PA units.
The pose.
And then there's a smaller box that has a B, which is a dummy unit.
Oh,
but
the B is a dummy?
The B is a dummy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'd almost prefer it to be a dummy because it's one less decoder that I have to worry about being fried, spoilers, and also, one less thing to speed match and consist.
Yeah.
But I have a pair of Proto 2000 E8s, a Union Pacific E9s actually. I mean, yeah, that work perfectly together, and they're both they both have sound, and they're both DCC.
Yeah.
What does that have
for
to do
you?
with anything?
But I'm just saying that they work together good for me. So why are you afraid of having two decoders?
You would have three.
Because I'd have
three.
three if the B was powered. I have an ABA set of them.
Oh.
And the B is a dummy. It'd be the difference between having to consist 2 engines and having to consist 3.
I only have to consist 2. So.
Yeah, but anyway, I at first passed the guy up on the offer. They were I was thinking it was kind of an impulse buy, so I went back to the club and went on the week. And next week, we actually did wind up buying the signaling system. And the next week I come into the club and they find out that they have parts of the signaling system missing, like little computer control chips and stuff, because we're too, we're so old-fashioned that, the signals should be, plug and play. You apply voltage to it and the light turns on. No, you need computer chips to do this. What? But
you need a computer?
What is a computer? How do you kill that which has no life? So a few of the guys, just a much smaller party, went back over to this guy's house, and I brought a little bit of money, and I actually bought them because I'd been dreaming of them for the entire week. I was like, man, why didn't I buy those? Why didn't I buy those? Why didn't I buy those?
That was me after the train show. Spoilers.
Yeah, so I got the ABA set, came back to the club, and we couldn't really figure them out. They all had weird decoder addresses on it and stuff, and one guy just took them home for the week to see what they would do, and just now emailed me back saying the lead unit has a fried decoder and the rear one works fine. But those are just great units that I've got. They're pretty cheap for what they are. Nice.
How much did you get them for? Like 80?
80 for the set of 3, and the A's were both DCC equipped, even though the one was fried.
That's a good deal.
Especially since they're Proto 2000s. They're nice. They're nice
yeah,
models.
and
they're very nice.
A new DCC chip is maybe like $20-$30.
Oh yeah, I mean a new decoder is nothing. It's only getting expensive because I'm actually adding sound to the lead unit, which
that is
even when all that is said and done, $130 for a sound diesel, an unpowered B unit, and a DCC push unit.
The best deal.
That is a lot. I mean, usually you can't get a normal DCC sound engine for that.
Yeah.
But that's just the story of the Pabba Labbas, the PA, B, A, and then Labbas because it rhymed.
Because
Also,
rhyming.
Yeah. Also, I was recently, speaking of the 21st century, I was recently elected to the board of directors at our club.
Wait, what?
Ooh.
This is the bylaws state that technically there's no rule against minors being on the board of directors in the bylaws, considering the bylaws outlaw minors. But
Breaking the law.
They actually adjusted that rule about 2 weeks after I joined because I guess they're so desperate for money and they decided to have me on as like a trial membership like Person X did, but they just liked me. But anyway, there's nothing in the bylaws that I can't be on the board of directors. Nobody really wanted to, though, and I frankly didn't want to have to deal with the taxes and all that kind of stuff for the club. But they found a position that I would be good at and is actually not even in the bylaws at all, and that is webmaster. I have been tasked with creating a website for the club.
Finally!
Yes, again, boldly stepping into the modern era.
Amazing.
But yeah, I'm finally a higher up in the club. I'm no longer just another engineer. I'm actually responsible for keeping something up to date with the club, and hopefully drawing in new members. You'd be surprised how many people are out here that don't know about the club but are big train fans. Specifically out in Elizabeth. But yeah, board of directors, woo. And then last thought, I'll skip the Bachmann phonulars for this week. I'll talk about that next week because it's not coming up
Actually, in 2 weeks.
until May.
Just
Yeah, 2 weeks. But next time. But thank you, Colt. Thank you, Holden.
Next week on the Terminus.
But there was another kid there that I
continue
had never
running in
met before.
reverse.
Apparently, he kind of stops into the club time from time. After learning our ages and thinking about it for a while, it's almost exactly the relationship that Ellis and TJ have, except he's a year older than Ellis, I'm a year older than TJ. So it's kind of like that relationship. But anyway, he is a Steam fan. Not necessarily just a train fan, but a Steam fan. This is the guy who turned a lawnmower two-stroke engine into a steam-driven lawnmower two-stroke engine.
The greatest thing I've ever heard.
He has an air compressor filled with copper tubes and a firebox insulated
Series
with
of
concrete that drives steam directly into the piston drive of a two-stroke motor and uses the pressure differential in the release to crank the camshaft and run a lawnmower on steam.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that was amazing.
meet
That
this guy.
blew my mind that you could do that.
I want to meet this. I want to try that on my grandpa's mower.
Well, I mean, you already had that science project, TJ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
TJ.
TJ.
Yeah, TJ.
How did that boiler go, TJ?
Oh, he can talk about it.
No, Ellis, don't help him. Don't help him. How did it go, TJ?
God damn it, guys.
It goes pretty well.
He can talk about it next time.
Okay.
Next week on the
The
Terminus.
Terminus.
How do
I
brakes
continue
work?
to run in reverse.
How do brakes work? What?
Okay. We're not to VSCO yet, so I'll cover it.
Okay. Well,
yeah, moving on.
Okay.
Okay, so I tore down my current EXO setup and
Oh.
in preparation for getting my room rearranged, and I'm probably going to leave it up on the table, hopefully. And I found this out while Wiebold was talking. God damn it, there's a train show tomorrow.
Yeah, my
Go to it
grandpa's gonna be
now.
at
And
that
today.
train show, Mookie.
And today.
Mookie, my
Go to-
grandpa's at that train show.
Oh, I'll say howdy to Billy. I see him.
Did.
It's called Wonderful World of Trains. It's the one I have that whole deal with where I get free trains. You know what I'm talking about.
Well,
Yes.
I'll say howdy to Billy.
Pig.
And
Capitalist
just
pigs.
tell him Nick sent you. Nick W sent you. Just tell him that for me.
Nick W.
What?
sent-
His name is Dell.
Bow-now.
So hopefully I can somehow get wide to that. Somehow.
I thought you had a car truck.
I don't.
Yeah, but he
I-
doesn't have a license for the car truck.
We're screw that.
I do have a permit for it, however.
Well, it's close enough. Just get.
I'm hoping to take my test soon.
I need to
Because
get my temps.
one of the requirements for Train Mountain is me driving. So
I need to get my temps.
I don't need to worry about that because hashtag 12.
So how's your modeling going, TJ?
Yeah.
Looks like a
That's
lot.
good. I need to. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff because Maximum Train shows. Just last week, the Great Train Expo came to my town.
The Great Death Expo.
Oh,
No.
that's the one in Portland.
Yeah.
No way. That's not
Apparently, that's
possible.
where they just went. They went from, coast to coast. Seems legit. But
We're gonna do a video on how BNSF was made. Wink, wink.
okay, but Julius, shut up. All right, but yeah, I was at the train show. I bought some track. I got a few new Tyco freight cars. They're all horn hooks. Horn hooks
Good.
are not your friend, Milky.
Ooh.
Horn
They
hooks
are.
are not your friend.
Oh, let's break out the soundboard.
No,
What?
horn hooks are not your friend.
Okay.
They are.
No, they're
No,
not.
they're not.
Get the soundboard.
I'm not getting the soundboard.
Why?
Boo.
Because it's over there.
It's just so far.
I'll pull
But
out
yeah,
my
Horn hook couplers are not good. But what is good
It is
is
mine.
negotiation. Negotiation is your friend.
You
Yeah.
should.
The
I'll
barter
be safe
system.
with that thing, so.
No, not really bartering. But
Well.
I got a Atlas Master C&O U30C.
See.
See.
Yeah.
Wait,
It was-
TJ, why would you get a diesel? You can't run those in reverse that well.
Yes, I can.
Swagsburg
And I-
doesn't believe in diesels, remember?
Yeah.
Amish, TJ.
Oh my god.
That's an insult.
How was that an
I
insult?
don't know. I just
There go all the oh wait.
Wow!
No, I was gonna say there go all the Amishes.
I know.
Oh, wait.
I know.
They don't believe in computers.
Yeah. We got the joke.
I have nothing.
Whoa! Language!
I have nothing against
I
the
really
Amish.
hope somebody
They're
doesn't think I
nice-
actually
they're
edited that
nice
in.
people. But
The
yeah,
beat.
negotiation is your friend. This E30C, it was not new in box. It has a custom number. Some of the handrails are broken, but it works really well.
Frickety-hoo.
The guy who was selling it, with the box instructions and everything for $65. I picked it up and I'm like, will you take 50 for this? He says sure. So yeah, I got the U30C for
sure.
He's
like, "Oh, yeah,
it wasn't
homeboy."
even it wasn't even like a struggle to ask him, talk him down to $50. I'm just like, will you take 50 for this? He said
It's like,
okay.
sure, home chisel.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
as we've said, not on the Terminus, but I know we've said it before, when you go to a show like that, it's not, it's just the goal to sell. Not necessarily to sell
Yeah.
to a specific person or even for a specific price, because most of the stuff they just have hanging around.
They just don't want to carry all the stuff around.
Yeah. If they can make
Don't
a
like-
little bit of money, they can make a little bit of money.
But yeah, I mean,
They
they
should
don't have to
help them
carry
in
all the
case.
stuff around.
Mm.
We now have this thing where hobby shops actually come into the show to sell things at full retail price. Like I got the narrow gauge engine that I bought at the show a little while ago. I could have got cheaper on eBay.
What you mean, e-buy?
Yeah, I could have got it cheaper really anywhere. I bought it at full commercial price at this show because the goal was
How
to
much?
not.
Wait, how much is full price?
The goal was
Too
to
much.
not what?
$50. I have to be a little bit sneaky about that one.
Okay.
Anyways, go on.
But yeah, from the same guy about the U30C, I got a C&O Auto Parts car and a chassis system caboose. And I should have, after I left, I'm like, I should have bought a few more cars because this guy had a set of 10 C&O Auto Parts cars, maybe 5 C&O covered hoppers, 4 other U-boats, and then a few coal hoppers, and I think a couple of them were weathered by him, and oh my god, they look nice. I should have snagged one. But I also got some. I got a few Tyco freight cars.
Good.
Horn hooks.
Good.
And I took it.
Oh.
No, whatever. I took them out of the box. I didn't realize they were horn hook because the hook was kind of hidden by the ends of the box.
That's when you.
Snickering.
That's when you just go out and buy a box of that. That's when you just go out and buy a box of KDs and get the screwdriver.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't do that. But thank God. Two things. One, the cars were all used, and one of the car. I got 3 cars. I got a Bachmann log car.
Good.
I got a Rock Island gondola, and then a Virginian coal hopper. The coal hopper and the gondola were all horn hook.
Good.
And the flat car, one end was horn hook, and as soon as I took it out of the box, I'm like, yes, the guy who had this knew what he was doing. The other end, I can't tell what coupler it was, but it was a knuckle coupler. It had a spring, so automatic goodness.
So it wasn't an easy mate.
Apparently not. It seems like a KD.
It probably was a bit.
You just really don't want an easy mate on those.
Well, most of my cars.
So your cars, horn hooks. Just
like-
whenever you're chopping, ask if it's horn hooks. You should do that.
No.
Well, I should have expected it.
No,
All
it
the
doesn't.
stuff
It doesn't
was, like,
matter. I
old
mean, how
Tyco
much
and
is
old-
it to replace a coupler? Honestly.
I have like 50 couplers just lying in.
I mean, I do too, but
But yeah,
It's worth the
I
effort.
don't know where I got it from, but I had another spare knuckle laying around. So I took the spare knuckle, put it on the coal car. So now I can just sandwich those, I can use them. They don't run very well though. I mean the coal car, the knuckle I put on the coal car is kind of broken,
Aw.
but it works. But back to the U30C, I'm looking for a DCC chip. If anyone knows of a decent NMRA compliant 8-pin decoder, let me know.
Be hard pressed to find one that's not NMRA compliant.
Yeah, that's a good point.
what?
Yeah.
What is NMR? I know what
National
NMRA is.
Auto Association.
Yeah, I know, but
They
like,
said it.
why is
it's
there?
pretty much.
Why did you have to set rules for decoders?
So that all the decoders
There's
work
rules for
together?
like everything. Yeah,
So that you can put down a train on, you can put down a locomotive on any layout and it'll just work.
yeah. I mean, you got to get it programmed, but it'll
Yeah.
work. It won't require like disassembling the whole train just to run it on someone's layout.
Yeah.
But what else? Oh yeah, Royal Blue Saga Part 2.
Uh-oh.
Jader was talking to me about this.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
TJ.
Jitter was.
The meta is
he told me
increasing.
that. Yeah, but he told me that he found out what he was looking for at the train show. He talked to some nice people.
He likes
At the
referring
show.
to himself in the third person, doesn't he?
Okay, I'll but yeah, he knows what he's looking for now. And if anyone has a 2-rail tender for the post-war 350 Royal Blue, or they made 3 engines of the Royal Blue type, like the
That
same
is
motor.
so specific.
Well, no,
I'm just throwing that out there. That is so insanely specific.
No, well, he needs the 2-rail. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
He needs the 2-rail because the 3-rail,
This God.
the 3-rail stuff.
Lost it.
Shut up. The 3-rail stuff is pre-war. The one he has is post-war.
Pussy
Right,
war,
right.
it's pretty more, yeah.
Just carry on.
But-
Seriously.
Okay. But they made 3 engines of the Royal Blue type, like the same motor. There's a red one, like a circus train, a silver one, and then the Royal Blue. They're all the same motor, and they all have the same tender. If anyone knows of one, let me know.
Check the eBays.
Yeah, the eBays is good for you. I think you mean
Yeah,
like.
if I can find one
like,
one that works,
Didn't you buy your
even if
porter on
if
eBay,
it's all
TJ?
beat up, if it works, sweet.
Yeah, if it works, let Jader know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
Tell
as for-
TJ and maybe he'll let Jader know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As for live Steam, coming back to what we what we were trying to segue to earlier and failed miserably at.
TJ, you can stay out of this.
Yeah, TJ.
TJ.
Well,
Yeah,
TJ
because
isn't going to be
you're
able
not-
to make it to Tri Mountain anyways.
Yeah, I know.
I'll just hitchhike.
That's unfortunate.
Or,
Yeah.
or
No,
this
TJ.
state-
How do you plan to get from Rhode Island all the way to Oregon?
Uh,
How does that work,
freight
TJ?
trains.
He might get in. He might get in he might get in my
You're gonna
suitcase.
hitchhike on the Northeast
No,
Corridor.
he's gonna get in my suitcase.
Oh, right.
That had to be
Anyways,
a big
The
suitcase.
security
I'm like 6 feet tall.
officers open it and they go, "Hello, I am Lindsay Lohan."
I found out that the day,
I pop at the suitcase
Not
and
the
I'm like,
day.
hello, my name is Lindsay Lohan.
the month after we are, the month after, Train
November
Mountain-
1st, which is November 1st.
Yeah, the month after Train Mountain, I'll be in Colorado,
And the month after Train Mountain, I'll be in Portland.
and
Slash Seattle.
Aren't you always in Portland?
No, I've never been to Portland.
I'm always.
Well, I'm thinking of Ogden. Why is it that I always resort to Ogden being in
Oregon.
Oregon?
Ogden, Oregon.
Ogden, Oregon, Portland, Utah.
Utah.
Portland, Utah sounds legit, but
Yeah.
Ogden,
Oregon sounds legit.
Yeah,
No.
there's no ports in Utah. There's desert effing everywhere.
there's a
Yeah, but
We have a
that's
few
also Salt
lighthouses
Lake.
and we have a few ports.
you have a
Oh.
lake.
Two.
What?
Okay, then
To
why
carry
is the
stuff
train
across
route
the
called
lake?
Port- That's why I
Dumb.
think. Why is the train's route called Port Ogden in Northern?
I don't
Even
know.
though it doesn't even take place in
I have
Ogden.
no idea.
Thank God it doesn't.
There's a trains route called Port Ogden in Northern.
It's
Yeah.
a really nice route.
and there's
Okay.
also an MS
I'll take your word
in the
for it.
It was based off the MSTS version. just look it up. It's really
So-
nice.
Brief history of fictional railroads that we care not that we don't care about. Thank you, TJ.
You know some fictional railroads we do care about though.
Sand Creek.
Iron Horseman?
Exactly. No,
Which one?
I'm not sure what else we have to say about the Sand Creek, unless you have something to add there. Wiebold?
Not really.
Well,
Beautiful.
well,
Red-
we will
beautiful.
say you're working on a secret project.
Ooh, yes, because my father could be watching this video. Oh no,
Your Faja?
your fascia. I'm gonna make the assumption that my fascia is not watching this video.
He's probably not going to. Just saying.
He just shot me an interesting glance.
What are you doing?
Wiebold.
I
So,
didn't realize it was right there.
In the meantime, on another railroad, the Iron Horseman Chronicles, the
On a
Iron
land
Horseman
far,
Railroad.
far away.
We
In a
finally
galaxy far, far away.
we finally put the first.
We got another copyright. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, because
First
you're,
we get the universal copyright,
You're
then
not-
we get...
you're not that good at singing though.
Really?
Oh, burn.
We downloaded
It's hard to hear, man.
rather, I downloaded Jader's route, which took so long, and there were so many dependencies. If he was here, I don't know. I'd have to have a serious talk with him.
You'd like
But,
skewer him.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell him what a terrible SOB he is.
Yeah, how he's despicable.
How he's just absolutely atrocious and bad.
Yeah, he sucks.
Just bad. I hate
There's a
Jader.
tree ball
Hey,
here
TJ,
now.
what do you think of Jader? TJ, what do you think of
There was a
Jader?
tree. I was,
He's a
running
nice guy.
around.
Do you think he's a nice guy, huh? Why do you say that?
Yes.
Guys, come on.
Because he's seen it's my route for me.
Oh, that's right, I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, TJ, you're despicable too.
Yeah. You're
Anyways,
both despicable, aren't you?
I
We're-
physically attached
Despicable duo.
Jader's route to my area that I've been working on, and I've seen it a lot of from Providence to Troy, but I'm just getting towards the end of that now. I think I have all the trees now, and I
Talk about his route.
no.
How
Wiebold-
good it is.
No. Wiebold, you asked me for that picture of, of Lee and Blount
I'm
and
gonna-
them.
I'm gonna need a lot of pictures in the next few days.
I'm not surprised. Maybe I should just send you the route.
Oh dear. But then I have dependencies to fix, and I don't need the route specifically, I need engines.
Um,
Sorry for, even though Alice always asks me not to play any games, I'm playing Gmod, and I was
well,
recommended.
that'll be relevant in a minute.
Okay, sorry.
So
So we're in.
downloading Jada's route was a pain, but it's really cool looking, and he can discuss it when he's
Doesn't
on
he
later.
suck, TJ?
And
There's some viewers who've never seen this show before, and they're just like going, "What?"
they're really, really confused.
They're like, "What are they on about?"
But it's attached, and you asked me for that picture, and I was like, well, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna just, if you could see a zoomed out version of that picture, you'd see that
It's just all
yeah,
gray around
that
it.
swath
Wait,
that you
but
can
this is
see
just-
is the only part with textures or trees or grass.
Oh, great.
And
Crap.
but then I spent
Crap.
like 5 more hours and
Crap.
did the rest of that
Crap,
until like 6 in the morning, and then I went to bed. But
Oh.
yeah, I was waiting for that. Some other stuff that I stayed up really late doing was for the brand new Minecraft server.
Yeah, I
The-
know life did for the first time in forever.
I did.
For the
There.
first
Yeah.
time in
Now 3 people are
forever.
getting points.
I didn't see it.
Oh,
No,
Why am I getting-
no,
dead. Jeez, Ogeles. No,
Why do I get points?
I don't
Because
think
because you
I don't
said
think
it.
I've
You didn't
ever
mean
seen
it, but you
anyone
said
have
it
more
anyways.
points.
Didn't
Than,
mean to,
Okay,
though.
can I talk about Gmail?
Can it,
No.
TJ?
I don't think I've seen anyone have more
got
points
a-
than Wiebold.
So we've got a place called... The server, by the way, is a vanilla server except for the addition of the Rails of War mod.
Woo!
and so- we built a little villager shop so you could buy, because it's straight up survival, so you could buy stuff for the railroad from these villagers. And the system behind it is, the whole system to get to the shop is kind of complex and yada yada, but
It's a little bit of a pain, honestly.
you get to these villagers finally, and it is...
The most comprehensive piece
Yeah,
of...
it is an abandoned subway station underneath Spawn. Which
You
is...
should have built a Subway restaurant.
No,
Subway eat fish.
eat fish.
Five.
Yeah, eat fish.
Subway eat fish.
But,
It's very
we called
fresh, very fresh.
we called it Edengrad Station, which is, if you care to explain, Wiebold.
Why do I have to? Okay, fine.
Because you'd probably explain it better than I would.
Okay. Well, name Grad tends to be a Russian way of naming things, and Nathan is the creator of the Rails of War mod, so we named it Natengrad.
Hmm.
Really not much else to that.
Alright. Well, I don't know. I thought Iden was his last name or something.
It is. Itten is his last name. It's
Yeah.
just Ittengrad.
Yeah. Okay then.
Hmm.
A couple little things before we get
Did I
into
do it right?
couple
No.
little things before we get to the Gmod
Shut up.
You
stuff
didn't
TJ,
do
no
it
one
in
asked you.
reverse.
is I found the doctor in trains. If I could post a oh wait, no, I could find the picture of that.
What's the
I
shot?
found the 4th doctor standing on a platform
Oh god.
in trains. Hold on, where is it? Jurassic Clip.
At night.
Yeah. Hold on, I have a
Oh, I burnt my head! At night.
There he is. He's just hanging out. He's got his hat and his scarf, and he's really cool. But
Ooh.
other than that, I have had HOOs lately because I handed off some of my old DC HO stuff to a friend of mine, and we've been having persistent problems with that. I mean, the track was dirty. Some of the locomotives don't work.
Wait, how
anymore.
was this V scale?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, why is it down here?
Fail.
It should be up there. And
You're
it's
just following the dock so closely.
That's a point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
that
good
is-
Yeah,
point.
off track.
Off track. On the
Trains
podcast.
can't go off track, Ellis. Not good for trains to go off track.
That's a
Didn't-
point to Wiebold,
Oh, come on!
because you came up
Well,
with that. Huh. Because it was just fun.
The HOOs, well, shouldn't be here. But I'll say really quickly that we finally cleaned up all the track and picked out the engines that actually ran, and then the transformer fried. So I'm trying to find a replacement transformer, or rather conjure a replacement transformer from nowhere, because
Get an
The
MRC.
transformer from nowhere.
Don't
Uh,
get MRC.
because I
Yeah,
have
don't.
Wait, no, do get MRC. MRC's good.
I have a I have another Bachmann transformer, but I don't have the power cord for it, so I'm looking for that.
Oh, you're in my scenario.
Well,
But that's
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna-
So I'm gonna hide the doctor here, and you guys can talk about Gmod.
Yay! Okay, so as I was playing Gmod a minute ago, I'm gonna start. As I was playing Gmod a minute ago, I was testing driving thing.
testing
Testing driving.
I was bored, so I built a little. I was on FCNN, and I was bored, so I built a little rail transport thing of sorts.
Rail
Anyways.
transport thing is, can it run in reverse?
Yes, it
That's
was
your shot,
basically
TJ.
one of those rail sliders,
Silly
a block,
TJ.
a chair, and 2 thrusters, because
Don't be
boredom.
silly Billy.
And as I was driving along, I looked behind me, and there's this guy running a subway train at like 70,000 miles an hour.
See? I'm not lying! It goes faster than you can see it. It just appears out of nowhere and kills you. It's just like,
And I
oh,
turned
train crash.
around, and he runs me, and I got blamed for it. Now I
like
think I'm going to
descending-
get banned from FCNN.
It's like poof train. See, Ogeles, you just have to learn how to defend yourself. Yes, when I got in the accident with it, I was on the wrong track, and it was technically my fault, and I actually should have been blamed for it, but I managed to get him blamed for it because he was running so ludicrously.
But I was on the right side track, and I was going the right
Then how is
direction.
it your fault?
Because I was the one driving?
No, you weren't. He was
But how
the
is
one
that? But how is
driving.
that your fault on the accident? It would have been my fault because I was on the wrong track.
Yeah, well,
I was going
in this
northbound on a
case,
southbound track.
well, anyways, in this case, Churros was on, and he
Oh.
saw it.
Uh-oh.
So that's why I think I'm going to get banned.
Well, Churros
Nice
also
job.
built that thing. So, have fun. Churros was the one that built that subatomic nuisance. I think the thing is literally the bane of my existence on that Gmod server. It's just terrible.
Send him to the pit of death.
Send him to the pit of death, the pit of death.
And that's all I have to say.
Okay, well, I have some
You're right.
stuff as well, actually.
I kind of see it too.
My company is really taking off. I've managed to sell in the past, or in one day at a swap meet, I managed to sell 3 060 tank locomotives for a Mikado locomotive, a narrow gauge Mikado chassis, and a I forgot what the third thing was. Oh yeah, an 060 austerity tank engine, which Ogeles can't have.
I want it! You said I could have it!
You
Yeah,
said you
but
could
then-
have it, and then you said you didn't want it. And then
I changed my mind!
Well, too
You
bad.
fail,
well.
Ogeles.
that's why you don't be stuck up when people are trying to give you
I'll give
stuff.
him the point.
Yeah, especially considering you don't have any engines.
Please, why? Just let me have it.
No.
I'll give him a point for why.
I also almost traded for a GS4, which would have been great for Milky, but I didn't.
What would you have traded for that?
My high speed Express Mikado, which I just didn't want to get rid of because it's my newest engine.
Nice.
But you made three different tank engines.
No, I just gave away the dupe to 3 people
Oh, okay. I thought you.
in exchange for those things: the standard gauge Mikado with the big snowplow on it, the narrow gauge Mikado chassis with the good valve gear, and the 060. But I took on 2 new locomotives, and they'll soon have a new narrow gauge or a 1 gauge
Oh, right.
Mikado, which will probably just be a 15-inch gauge live steam type because it doesn't have counterweights.
Oh.
Or I'll use it as a C class, although it has valve gear, so I can't.
See.
Plus, I've already got a C class.
See.
That was the one thing I didn't manage to sell that was at that meet, was the C.
See.
Oki, you had stuff for Gmon?
Yeah, I was working on my 44 something like that. My first custom, quote unquote, custom build. So,
Quote unquote custom.
well,
He's no longer despicable because he's actually building things in Gmod. He's not just using props and gluing them together. He's actually building something.
Okay.
So kudos to you, Milky.
unlike some other railroad companies out there.
Ogeles.
Also me.
Yeah, but you actually used you tried to build Lee from scratch. Like Milky's taking an actual a fully built RS3, bolting trucks and thrusters on it and calling it his own.
Oh.
Like
I thought you meant
not even trying.
I thought you meant using props, like using props.
No. Everybody has to use props. He's like He's like taking a fully finished RS3, putting trucks on it and putting a seat on it and calling it his own.
Oh.
Which it's not.
But then I learned how
Despicable.
to do it properly from my.
You did learn how to do it properly, and again, kudos and thank you, Milky.
Anyways,
Yes.
anything else in Gmod?
Nope.
About covers all my stuff.
I'm
Alright,
good.
well, I started on a new section of the TV in RR. So we were
Ooh.
working on Gelgora to Lambit now, which is more narrow gauge.
Woo!
It also includes the rebuild of Eldorado Canyon, which was has some of the
Don't
which has
get rid of the 6% grades.
don't get rid of it.
Oh, do get rid of them.
That's the goal.
TJ hates them.
Yeah,
Don't you,
We all
TJ?
do.
it's tough to go. It's tough to go and reverse up those grades. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried.
But
We all know you've tried, TJ.
yeah,
Oh, we know you've tried.
but that's about all interesting.
Have you ever
on that
tried to
front.
go and reverse up TARDIS?
All I did was
It's
No.
impossible.
what's the word? All I did was lay down some baseboards and build the forestry object and attach the track to it, which was interesting to say the least. Because you get hover track when you do narrow gauge track, and and the forestry object. I don't know why. It just
Of course you know why. He's a nice guy.
I'm nice.
Isn't he, TJ?
What?
Anyways, what's
You know, TJ, I think you have something with your voice. You're beginning to sound more like Jader.
You said his name!
No!
Yeah,
No,
I didn't mean it like that!
don't penalize
Yes, you did.
don't penalize him for that.
Yes.
It wasn't an accident. It wasn't
give
an
him-
accidental saying, rather.
That's a point.
No, that's not a point.
Aww.
Jeez, TJ, stick with the program.
Good
Good
job.
TJ.
I'm doing
Alright,
improv here.
one more thing of yours. Wiebold, sorry. One more thing of yours.
What?
You're starting the perfect termination.
L4 topped
I'm
off
not
now for
gonna
the rest.
ship Anyone.
Oh, yeah, I finished L4, which
Yay.
is Johnstown in the Iron Horseman. Tender decking woo.
Fantastic. Now for the rest.
Yeah, now for the rest of it, which I apparently do have to build, despite my protests. He's forcing me to work against my will! 1-800-272-0911.
No, don't call Conrail.
Bad idea.
I thought you
Anyways,
wanted to call Conrail, TJ. It was only Jader that
didn't.
didn't want to call Conrail, but Jader's not here, is he?
no. Also,
No TB. Well, TBA called Conrail.
also,
Oh, who gave me another strike?
Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
why does he have another strike?
Because
That wasn't me.
Because she said its name.
no.
Yeah, but
We
no,
said
that was
we're not giving him a
that wasn't
strike.
accidental.
Anyways, TJ, remember who
Also,
you are.
what name?
TJ, remember who you are in this next one.
Okay. Two things. The Tane has been pushed back. The official release date is going to be I can't talk. May 15th,
15th?
2015.
Which happens to be May 15th.
Yes.
Yes, of course. And we would consult you for that, TJ, correct?
Yes.
TJ's our dates man.
But she
Manages
hasn't.
the dates.
Yeah, well, November 1st is November 1st.
Debatable.
Time to talk.
No, not really.
But, yeah, Tane is being pushed back so they can, because if anyone has, messed around in the Community Edition, they know it's Terabad.
Yeah, it is
Such
terrible.
Terabad.
Mm-hmm.
Much terror.
So hopefully in... Ooh, wait.
Half of you.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
roughly
is
half a-
from Gmail.
Roughly half a year, hopefully they can make it not suck.
half a year.
Wait,
I thought
hang
it
on.
was coming out in March.
TJ, I think that's a bit too long.
Oh my.
It's
No.
coming out in May.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's May. Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say February to March. I don't ever understand why everybody's all up in arms. I mean, it's not very much. I mean, it could be a district.
So
Yeah,
like,
half
let's
a
see,
year,
January,
that's
February,
quite a bit,
March,
actually.
April, May.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, like 5 months.
They need
It's
the
slightly
time.
less than a year. Yeah, they do.
like 4 months.
They could,
4
again,
months
they
and
could
then
release
some.
it in May of 2016 and be fine, and still have stuff to do.
Yeah, I don't.
I just hope they,
I don't even mind.
I just
I'm
hope they
happy
can
with
get
12.
it work. I just
And
hope they
6.
can get it fixed. You know, to the point where it's playable, and then any other things can be fixed in a few small patches.
It is really wonky. It's
know.
ridiculous to the point where I can run the new Minecraft server on fancy 16 chunk render distance, even though it doesn't go beyond 10 or whatever, with that shader pack at about 40 FPS, and I can run Tane at 2 FPS with the lowest settings.
I know.
Like Tane is ridiculous how much graphic capability it takes.
They better fix that, or
Yeah,
or I'm sticking with 12.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with.
I'm
12.
probably just gonna stick with 12 until good content starts coming out for it. Because
Well, it's got
You know,
backwards
12
compatibility. You can use all the 12 stuff.
yeah, I mean, well, for 12, you know, decent content started coming out maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah.
So I assume the same thing with Tane. I mean, that's what I've read.
Well,
But yeah, Tane new release date, and also our friends over at K&L Trains have released the CNR 018A 060.
The what?
The 060 that's at the Conway Scenic.
yeah.
Unfortunately,
Oh, the
it's
little
not
one? The one with the teeny boiler?
Yes.
TJ,
No,
how
that's the
would you
Hocking
know
Valley
that?
Scenic. That's
How would you know that, TJ?
Yeah,
Jader
TJ.
showed me a picture.
Huh, TJ?
Obviously,
Jader
Jader told
showed me a
about it.
picture. He showed me a picture of it. But anyway,
I saved.
but yeah, these 060s, you know, it's like the one at the Conway Scenic.
Conway Scenic.
Can we?
How would
No,
you
the
know?
Conway Scenic.
Con!
Unfortunately, it's not like the one at Strasbourg, but
TJ,
close
what-
enough.
Oh, it's
I know what
so
this is. I was
close.
there the other day.
Strasbourg.
It's close
How do you
enough.
feel that it's not Strasbourg, TJ?
It's close enough.
Watching your video.
No.
How do
I
you
know where this
feel?
is.
How does that make you feel, TJ?
Like shit.
TJ?
I feel
It probably
like shit.
it probably makes you feel
Bad.
yeah,
Makes
like
you
you
feel
got
all backward.
like you got a virus or something, right, Milky?
Oh,
That segue.
Where the hell is Milky?
Sure. I thought I was going to get a point for Segway, but now Milky's going to get a point too.
You should just make it.
I'm not even giving you
but
one
there's one more thing I got.
because it was
There's
a
one more thing I have
congratulations
to
on the
say.
segue.
Let's look. For
The K&L Trains 060, it's $7.50.
True.
There will be a link to the page where you can buy it and the promo video
Guess
video.
what this is?
Guess you'll have to ask Jader for those, huh?
I have the website pulled up. I'm looking at it.
I thought you had to ask
Oh,
Jader
look,
for that, TJ.
I
Don't
did.
you?
I'm trying.
Oh, you did.
Guess what this is?
I
It's-
asked him for the website.
It's my two
and then I-
favorite things. No, it's not my two favorite things.
Gay porn and gay porn.
No.
I wanted to make that joke, but I figured it'd be too
It's
far.
my Locomotive Versus engine in my hometown.
Bruh,
What?
bruh.
It's 4014 running through my hometown.
You mean do we care? No.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
Yes, you do. You
All in
can.
favor of caring?
Cricket.
Anyways,
Cricket.
I'm sure Jader would care. He's just a caring schmuck like that.
Milky is
Cares
I'm
about-
not a
dead.
uni- He's
Why-
not a Union Pacific
Why is
Polar.
Milky gone?
I don't know. We can't really end the podcast until Milky gets back.
I know.
I would do an
Filler,
impression. But I would do an impression, but I feel like it'd be wildly offensive, so I won't.
Yeah,
Okay.
Milky, you're a derp. Where'd you go?
Filler.
No, that's not good. No,
We're not gonna
filler.
do filler for the next 10 minutes or so until he
Yeah,
gets
no,
back.
Until he comes back, that'd be just terrible. That'd be terrible.
Could be your
You know what?
Yeah.
Filler.
You know what? You know what?
So
you
what
guys
do we
can
do now?
You know what you guys can do to pass the time a little bit? We should make
Filler.
some idle conversation about some stuff, and I need links. So I need
Okay.
I need 618 and the Thomas prequel. So, this is a...
Finds the cat is trying to...
The Thomas prequel is in the Skype chat.
Yeah,
Right now?
Jader posted long ago.
It's
Yeah.
in the.
It's in the.
It's
in
up
this
by.
There are a lot of... I can't actually see the whole Skype chat. I can't, like, see what's above
It's where
You still have
it's
to
where I
hold the
wrote
camera, don't
Wiebold,
you?
comma link.
Here, I'll give it to you.
Oh my. So those of you who
okay.
Doge has been spammed here. That's why you can't find it.
yeah, that's why.
Gosh darn no jellies.
Oh, that's what it is. It's condensed for me. I can't actually see.
Okay, here's
Here it is. Okay. There.
there are the BNO signals. Not dot ports, but close.
That's
You need
mad.
2,000 alcos.
The what?
Gonna give you. Ooh, I should. Dang it! I wish I had the website done so I could link.
Well, I hear rolling at 5.
Yeah, I
Who's
hear
listening to
music. Who's listening to music?
I
Milky.
say Ogeles.
It's not me.
that? Milky
yeah.
isn't
Not
here.
me.
Oh, Milky's back.
Milky.
Finally.
Milky,
We had the most epic segue, and then you
Milky,
weren't there
do
to
your
finish
thing.
it. All your fault.
Okay, Oregon Showing West End has begun. New chain data. I made a model of a Minecraft pinwheel.
Oh, I forgot to
Milky.
go to that.
God. That must be a
Fail.
Spywitch saga. Oh no. A good friend, Kevon,
Oh,
to welcome
no.
me to the website.
Oh no.
I wish I could download Payway from for free. It didn't
That's
have
despicable.
I just thought of the best scenario ever.
What?
There's some miracle of like he gets access to his aunt's computer or something. Jader, wink wink, suddenly joins the call, and we have to wing it with that, and he has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
no, come on. That wouldn't happen.
Improv.
Yeah,
But
that
like
would never happen.
the real
The real
Jader.
TJ.
The real no, you get a point for that to Jader. You get a point for that. Can't say her own name.
Jader.
Sneaky little.
No, you can't. That's some lines there to cross.
Oh, my Google Chrome.
So
McFly.
I spent
Oh, I'm Jader. I'm Austin, and I like 765 and stuff.
look, 765.
Okay.
Ooh,
From
Berkshire.
Ohio. A farm
Are you
stuff.
gonna get a strike for that?
No.
I don't know, but I'm gonna give myself one for that.
Oh, I'm Jader. I like the name.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
country.
Oregon Southern virus. MSTS virus?
STS virus.
Must
Oh, no.
disperse.
My name's Jader. I'm more country than Bible because I have more tractor dealerships than him.
I don't know what Felix wants me
I
to.
don't know what zeros are. Oh no!
I can't.
Bible knows his name in binary code. That's not a very country thing.
Anyways,
I like the name.
Milky, finish up your thing.
I spent,
Please, I can hear your background noise.
That's it? Nothing else interesting?
I spent 2 days fighting against.
Shut up.
I killed it. I
You
killed the
killed it.
virus.
You killed it. Good job.
Tell us the whole
Killed it.
story.
You stink. You were terrible.
You're
I killed-
Deborah.
No, I
one
killed
of
the
us.
virus.
You killed it.
I killed the virus. That
Oh
was
my
something-
gosh, you killed the virus.
You know, some of my
How
good
did you kill the virus.
some of my good friends are viruses.
killed the virus.
Oh, the murderer! Oh no! What am I gonna do? No, no, no!
R.I.P. headphone users.
No, 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 no!
Never make that noise again, I'll kill you.
No, Milky's dead!
Children in Africa are begging you.
What are you gonna do, right?
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but the children in Africa are gonna unleash some serious whoop chow on you.
Oh no!
Chow.
You don't want to mess
Seriously,
with the children in Africa, do you, Ogeles? Huh?
No!
What do you think, TJ?
Julie's, that's a point. That's a point.
No!
Oh, wait, I
Setting the
already gave him
children
a
in
point for that.
Africa.
He already
Did
has
you bless the rains in Africa?
I
Did you,
love the
Ogeles?
children in Africa!
Did you blame?
8 points.
No!
You hate the what?
I just
You hate monger.
Oh my god.
Science-
We've already had one
Hateful
racist today. Can we not have two?
that many points.
Well, actually, we've had 3.
Ogeles gets that many points now.
How many do I even have?
6, I think.
No, he has 8.
It's a Terminus record.
Actually, it's
You go
not.
Why
to-
don't
Does
I
somebody
just
have
go
9?
shoot for 10? Jader, there, I'm at 10.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get
Oh.
as many strikes as I can.
Aw. 90.
Cut it out, guys.
Look, those kids say new record.
Cut it out, guys.
Stop.
Okay. He had 8.
All right. Well, is that it?
That
I've
appears
lost
to be
where
it.
where we are and where we're supposed to be. This is a fine example of devolution. When something goes wrong, everything spirals out of control and never goes back.
Yeah, but we never were doing anything right in the first place.
That's true.
We've been going at it for
We don't
about-
have a script. We're all. This is all improv.
Yeah.
Yeah. But TJ,
Yeah,
you've done an
yeah.
excellent. But TJ, you've done an excellent job.
We have
Thank
TJ.
you.
Thank you.
Except, we had something
While
to say.
while skiing at the same time, it's amazing.
No, we don't, Ogeles. It's my.
Yes, I was
conclusion.
skiing down the
That's
slopes in reverse.
In reverse.
Yeah.
Somehow I didn't die.
Yeah, you've. Well, actually, you are dead. You're speaking to us beyond the grave. You've been reincarnated as an Amish cat. I don't really know where that one came from.
An Amish cat that lives
Hey,
in
why
Ohio.
won't-
Makes a cat Amish. Yes.
Don't take offense to this. I'm giving you an extra point so I can make you go before Achilles.
Okay, thank you. I don't take offense to it. That's,
Ogeles-
that's
wait.
fine.
If I need a reason, I'm blaming the Amish cat.
Okay.
But
fair enough. Fair enough.
you know, TJ, you did an incredibly good job.
You did do an incredibly good job, but viewers, I have a secret for you. This entire time, it hasn't been TJ at all. It's been Jader.
What?
What?
Oh, it's
We
not
just
even
broke it.
past-
Tender decking is false. Everything is false. 2005
Tender
to
decking is
2013,
real.
tender
We're
decking
all
is
moving in
good.
reverse, man. We're
We're
all
all
moving
going
in reverse.
backward. TJ's going forward. The Reverend W. Audrey's doing backflips in his grave.
Milky
The
starving
Berkshire
or
isn't
something, so-
slipping.
Kim Kardashian isn't plastic.
The cab forward is normal.
The cab forward is the boiler backward. It's just mind blown. There was no TJ at all. The entire thing has been part of our grand illusion.
I have something to say as well.
Okay, Ogeles,
Union
what do you have
Pacific
to say?
sucks and go Seahawks. That's it.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Good.
Seahawks are terrible.
Aren't we not supposed to comment on these?
Well, the people that are afterwards can comment on them all they like, but
Oh.
Milky, I think it's your turn.
Oh. All I gotta say is right past in Yukon in a nutshell. Derailment. They soiled it.
Looks like
Actually-
they put the train there.
Actually, just one derailment, and
it doesn't look like it derailed. It looks like they literally just put the train there.
nobody
According-
was badly injured, and they got everything set up. They got everything fixed.
Invisible tracks.
They honestly got everything fixed in like 3 days, and that's kind of impressive. 3 days at the uppermost, because I remember reading about that and going, "Oh wow, there was an accident. When did this happen?" It's like, oh, just a couple days ago. But oh right, Wiebold can't do that. The next person up is Jader.
Bombshell.
Okay. Earlier today, I discovered the wonderful soundtrack of How to Train Your Dragon. And easily my favorite song from that movie is called Test Drive. There will be a link to that. Trust me, it's epic.
That's in the Terminations. Anyways, I've got one thing to say, and that's the train will terminate at this roundhouse. Hope you guys enjoyed this Terminus episode. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye, guys. Say
Goodbye.
goodbye.
Bye bye.
I am
Seattle's gonna
the
win.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
TJ.
Bye.
Bye.
Lions. Bye.